Our party had journeyed across Aerodwell and all the way to the capital city of Caridin to find Raigulous, and now they have been face to face with him in combat. Raig escaped, killing 2 and resurrecting 1 before he left. Tempus was said to be left alive by Raig's boss. However, Melonbery wasn't quite as lucky. Tempus and Mark rushed his lifeless body to the Avatar estate for medical help. Sunny flew back to their room at Bar None in a rage, trying to cope with his sorrow. Epek and Bayard searched desperately for Melonbery's book, so that they might have something to remember him by. What happens now? Only Fresh knows. Hello everyone, I am your Dungeon Master, Azario Mastrangelo, and as always, welcome to Aerodwell. Everybody. I'm going to start off today, obviously a little bit different. You're used to hearing Black Moon's beautiful voice, then coming here and seeing everybody, all the generals. But right now, I have something that I want to say to you, to everybody, and it's simple. I just want to say thank you. This project started as something a while ago that I was just thinking about. Then because of all of you at home, everyone here in the session, we made it real, and now here we are today, 1 year into our Aerodwell campaign. It's been a crazy year. This is session 25. If you know how many weeks there are in the year, you know that means we've missed only 1 session, and it's because I was back home seeing family, and I think that's okay. But we made it 1 year into the campaign, and that doesn't happen without every single one of you, every single one of the players, every single one of the lore masters, everyone behind the scenes helping me. All the players are doubling jobs as editors and keeping me on task. And all of you at home keeping us going, just with views. And if I see you in person or I see you in comments, just shouting out things you like, and just that kind of stuff makes my day. So I just want to say thank you for everyone for making this happen. A couple small, or at least one more other announcement. Yeah, it's been a year. To celebrate the year, if you are able to stream music in any way, go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, type in Aerodwell by Black Moon, and go stream the fuck out of that shit right now, because it is live on all platforms. Go stream our intro. It is there. It is ready. Thank you, Black Moon, for getting that up, for mixing it, for getting all that together. Yes, it's a beautiful way to celebrate our 1 year in Aerodwell, and without further ado, it's not a proper celebration without the guys that make it happen. What is up, my generals? It is another beautiful hump day! How are you guys doing today?
Hey! Doing good.
Nice, nice, okay, cool.
Feeling hype.
We are still down 1 player, but this is the welcome back. It's been a while. Scratch is back with us today. We are just missing our friend Elliot / Sunny. But yeah, it's been quite a year. And I just wanted to say thank you to each one of you guys, now kind of face to face right here, for making this happen. You guys are awesome. Playing with you guys is an honor, and I hope you get to do this shit forever.
Hey Mario?
Yeah, what's up?
You're welcome.
Hey, man. Hell
Hey.
yeah. I don't know what to
Good
say
job.
to that.
Hey, Zario. Hey, Zario.
Alright, what's up? Yeah, I was already.
Thanks for putting this together. This shit has been so much fun.
Hey, there you go, bro.
Hell
I
yeah.
did this shit for people like you, man.
Aw.
And for viewers like you.
Made possible by viewers like you. Shout out to Between the Lions. Okay. So,
And Cyber Chase.
speaking of how much I love you guys, one of you is currently not breathing.
Well, two of us technically. That's a secret for later.
What?
Oh,
All right.
because Epec's still technically a vampire?
Oh.
There it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
I guess technically three of us.
I don't like this.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Oh my god, Baron, stop breathing! Baron, stop breathing!
I retract my previous statement. How am I doing? I'm scared. I'm terrified.
You should be.
Understandably. So, when we left off, you guys, 4 of you are together, 2 of you are together, in 2 separate locations. We're gonna jump right in to the Alatar estate. Now, I will, I know this isn't the most fun for y'all, but I will need those of you who are not in the Alatar estate to hop over to the Whisper Chat, or to a different
Ooh.
Understood.
So I just need Mark and Tempus.
Get on out of here.
Bye, guys.
List of the main characters are stepping in, right?
We're also not in the right chat anyway.
I mean, not. I just joined wherever you guys were.
Oh, that's funny. Oh yes, someone might roll in here, be like, "Yo, you guys want to play some Halo?"
and you know, if that happens, we all have to stop what we're doing and go play Halo. That's
Yeah,
that's just like the
exactly.
rules.
Yeah.
So if that happens, you know, just know that that's a possibility. Also, just so I say it on stream for everybody, California is experiencing a light drizzle, and light drizzles are capable of knocking out the entire power grid out here. So if we lose power in the stream, that's why. Okay. So let's bring it over to our 2 Alatar Estate boys. Has everyone else left us? I do not have my Discord open.
Yeah.
They have? Excellent. Hello, guys.
Jesus is still with us, so you know.
I'll just give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's.
After every sentence, I'm
real
like,
quick.
okay.
I apologize. Bump, you are allowed to stay with us if you'd like. You
Oh,
are.
cool.
Yeah.
Melonbery is there.
I was like, he is there.
Melonbery.
Yeah. Anyway, Bump is also here. Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
do
corpse
have. You
is
do.
there,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, wait, you do have my body, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have rushed Melonbery here to the Alatar estate. You fireballed
again.
the front gate to get in because
Yeah,
you were still under
cannot-
punishment, according to old Nim, an old caretaker of yours. But you were eventually brought inside after, again, fireballing your way in and presenting Melonbery's body to the workers. They took Melonbery, promised to help, and gave you guys a place to rest, and you guys went down for a short rest. As
We
you
can't
guys-
see you right now, just so you're tracking. Just on the Discord, not on the stream. We can't actually see you.
What?
On the Discord. On the Discord, we can't see you.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Pop
Hey.
back up. There you go. Hey.
Yeah, sorry, you guys
I'm
like be able
like-
to see yourselves. Ooh.
Yeah,
I like seeing you.
Eric,
Yeah, I
I
know,
like
I know.
looking at him.
Oh, you're like, oh, it's for me? Oh, shucks, I didn't know it was for me. Okay, so you guys are at the estate. As you guys are being taken to your rooms, this is weird for both of you. Weird for you, Mark, because you've never seen anything like this. Weird for you, Tempest, because you've never seen anything like this. And it's definitely not in your fucking house. What the hell is this? As you guys are walking, you notice there are dozens of them, but there are what appear to be Warforged, just walking around the estate, taking care of things. Some are seen as you walk by kitchens. You catch a glimpse as a door swings open. Some are in there cooking. You see some cleaning certain areas. Some are carrying laundry and linens to other certain rooms. They seem to just be taking care of things around the house. All of them have an imprint on their back that says Alatar Industries. And they look a little something like this.
Mark, you'd see Tempest, Mark, like looking at them with a almost like he's remembering something, and then he kind of looks sad again.
Tempest, you will know this. Mark, go ahead and make a history check for me.
Yeah, Tempest just know things. All right.
-1. Let's go. Hup.
Yeah.
10.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I don't know why I don't have the dice on this.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
sorry. Probably disadvantage or something, right? Because I'm exhausted. Okay,
you
so
have
10.
2 points of exhaustion right now, was it, or was it more than that? But
I
it would
already
be
marked the
disadvantage
long
anyway.
rest, so yeah, it would be 2.
Got you.
Oh yeah, that's right. You use spells past. That's right.
Yeah. Very cool. It was very cool. So at disadvantage, what did you roll?
Still 10.
Still 10? Got you. Yeah. So with a 10, you would know that Warforged were created a long time ago, like a really, really long time ago, by both sides of the Dragon War. They both kind of made their own versions of Warforged. One side called theirs the Gish, and the other were the Denizens. The Denizens were made by Karabab to fight alongside the dragons, and the Gish were made to fight alongside the other primes against the dragons. The Gish were predominantly like made of stone and like crystal and like strong structures, and were kind of like brutish and just kind of robots essentially. Whereas the Denizens were more human-like, and some even say had their own like kind of emotions and stuff. You would know Tempest a little bit more. You would know first of all that Nairo is certainly a Gish, just based off his structure, and also you would know that after the war there were still like a number of Warforged that survived, and these Warforged, even towards the end of the war, started making other Warforged. And at first, sorry, I also apologize. The Denizens, they are usually made of like plant material and like wood-based type of Warforged. When these Warforged started making other Warforged, they called them supplicants at first, and they were kind of sloppily made, just kind of slapped together versions of themselves. But as they further learned to master their craft, they soon surpassed even the primes, and were able to create the final version of a Warforged, the peak version of what a Warforged can be, made out of strong and soft metals, and they called these drones. You would know, Tempest, that what appeared to be walking around your estate are just dozens of drones.
Interesting.
And
Were they always there?
No.
Like when I was young?
These were never here before. Never.
These are new. Okay.
You've
All
never
right.
seen anything like this in your home or anywhere else. Warforged are very rare in this world. Like, you don't really see them like having their own autonomy much. They're usually like you see them in a museum, or like collectors will have old decommissioned Warforged and stuff like that. So seeing these ones it's surprising. And again, these are drones, so you would know that these were, at least by design, Warforged made by Warforged. But yeah, you guys take note of this because it's fairly unique and sticks out as you guys are brought to your rooms as you lay down for the short rest. Your short rest very quickly turns into a long rest, and your long rest very quickly turns into sleeping in through almost half the following day. And you don't really get out of bed. You wake up, maybe you get something to eat, some water, you use the bathroom, but it's hard. There's the weight of everything that's happened is really hanging over you, and it's just hard to even wake up and get out of bed until finally in around like the early mid-afternoon you wake up, and just like the flood of not knowing the outcome of the situation washes over you, and you kind of just like jolt awake, Tempest, and you see sleeping on the other side of the room from you is Mark, who kind of rustles, and you kind of, from Tempest is being startled and making some noise, Mark, you also awake. You guys are both in the same room. It is around afternoon the next day. You don't necessarily know that for sure. You just know you've been asleep for a very long time. What would you guys like to do?
And Tempest will kind of look around, and then I'll look at Mark, and I'll say, you okay?
No.
He'll kind of like shake his head in agreement, and then I'll look to the door. And without saying a word, he'll just start looking for the first person that he can find.
Yeah, so immediately outside your door, there are 2 drones. One stood kind of right to the right of your door, and one towards like the right end of the hallway. Those are the first people you see. You can choose to stop and talk to them if you wish, or push by and look for someone familiar.
Yeah, I'll call the one on the right and just be, hey. I came in with my friend Melonbery. Do you know anything about his condition?
Yes, young Master Tempus, what would you like to know?
Is he all right? Is he alive?
I don't think by your definitions he is all right, no. Would you wish me to take you to him?
Yes, please.
Right this way. And he'll turn, and the way he walks, he almost just kind of like glides across the floor. And he leads you down a couple of halls and down a set of stairs into like a sub-level. Areas you're very familiar with, Tempest. This place has changed a lot over the years, but it hasn't changed at all at the same time. You still know your way around. There's just some new faces, some new things on the wall. But you do notice, speaking of things on the wall, there seems to be more prominent space given for images of your family as you were growing up. Usually there weren't like pictures of the family around. You notice there are way more, in particular, way more imagery of your mother being featured around the house as well. Which brings a lot of memories back for you from your childhood of just running around with being around here, sneaking around the estate, getting into a lot of trouble. But yeah, and you guys are brought down then into the lab, where some of like there are some people in like lab coats, but among them you do see your father. You see Cornelius. He doesn't wear a lab coat. He's just kind of wearing like his normal kind of suit. He seems pretty put together, but he stands amongst them, and they turn to see you as they walk in. And Cornelius immediately steps forward and walks over to you and kind of takes you both by the shoulder and brings you back towards the entrance where you came to kind of get you to turn your backs to everyone else to kind of have a bit of a private moment with you guys. There's no easy way to say this.
Tempest kind of starts shaking his head. He's like, no, not again. You can't help him?
I don't want to delay. I don't want to keep you on the edge anymore. Your friend is... He's gone. He's dead. And while we do have means of bringing people back most of the time, it is a complicated process. There are different processes, but all of them difficult, and I promise you we've exhausted every one that we know how, but in all instances when something like this happens and you're given the opportunity to bring someone back, not only is it expensive and requires strong magic, it requires a contact with the soul, the spirit, what have you, on the other side. Sometimes the soul is unwilling to come back, and that's fine, because there's still some closure there, and you understand that that's their choice. But we've never seen or experienced anything like this. We're unable to contact any soul from Melonbery. To us, this should mean that he's not dead. That his spirit isn't on the other side, meaning that it's here with us, but he doesn't breathe. He's not comatose, he's dead. And unreachable.
Tempest kind of looks around. Is there nothing we can do? Nothing I can do?
Son, you could try anything you'd like, but please be careful. I assure you we've done everything, so I promise you there's nothing left to do, but I won't deny you your chance, but be careful with the body. We've already arranged for it to be for a service tomorrow morning. And he kind of stands up a little bit straighter when he says this. Before the election, there will be plenty of time to hold a service for him. If there's anyone else in the city that, well, in all of Aerodwell who you think should be there, you wish to invite, just give us a name and we'll see to it that they are given an opportunity to arrive on time.
Okay, well, we need the rest of our party, but more importantly, we need Scratch. And I kind of look at Mark for like an agreement kind of thing where it's, like he needs to be here.
So, yes, so you like your friends who are with you in Caradon, yes. Is there anyone else?
I think we're all he had. His parents, his mom, she disappeared with the rest of Last Reach. Us and Scratch are really all he had left. And Tempus just kind of, in frustration, looks away.
Right. Well, then we'll send somebody to your friends. We'll see to it that they have passage to the funeral and to the estate if they care to stay here tonight, so that we can all travel with the body in the morning. I'm so sorry, Tempus.
Is there anybody else in here, like alive?
Yeah, there's doctors. There's a bunch of doctors.
Doctors.
And
Can I trust everybody in here? And I look at my dad.
yes, I would use discretion on certain topics depending on what you wish to talk about.
I kind of I pat the bag of holding that I have because he's seen what's in it. And I say, what about this?
That I wouldn't show. I'd show to as few people as possible.
I would like to have it touch Melonbery. I don't know if it'll do anything, but regardless, I can't not try.
You do whatever you need to. Cornelius turns to the room and kind of just looks. Give us all the room, please. And without hesitation, the doctors all kind of file past you out the door you guys came in until about just under a dozen or so of them leave, and it is just you three here. On the other side of that room, just walk down the hall. Room on the left, he's in there.
I'll nod and start heading that way, kind of at a slow pace. Like he doesn't want to enter the room, but he has to.
Yeah. So yeah, you walk to the end of the room you're in, open the door, head down the hall on your right, and first door on your left. You kind of hesitate before you turn in, and then you do, and you see kind of on it's still about as tall as a table would be, but it's just a large mound of grasses, vines, and moss. On top of it is a large banana leaf, essentially, that would be covering a body.
I'll walk up to the lining that's on top of the little blanket or whatever, and I'll just kind of lightly
Banana leaf.
graze it. Banana leaf. I'll lightly touch it, and then I'll pull the egg out. And for a second, I will pour magic into it with the emotions that Tempus is dealing with: sadness, regret, that sort of stuff. And then slowly I will place the egg next to Melobery and just place his hand on top of it lightly. And I don't know if Tempus expects anything to happen, but he wants just to see if anything happens,
Yeah, absolutely. So I know it's not an attack, but I want you to make a roll with your int mod and proficiency. So basically just a spell attack roll.
Okay, gotcha. Where's my... Right there, okay. Where the hell is my spell attack? I think it's +7. Yeah, it is. Okay. So D20 +7 then, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, we're dealing with the really slow dice rolls again. Oh, Lord Almighty.
Your int is what? What's your int score right now?
4.
And you guys have a 3 proficiency, so
Yeah. That's a 9, but we have long rested, so I'm gonna use Chronal Shift.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that again because that was horrible.
You go to do it, but like you're usually so cool and calm when you're doing magic like this, especially time stuff. This is what you do. But as you touch Melonbery's hand to go put it on, like you kind of like get like a shock, and like you let go of his hand, and you almost knock the egg off of the mountain of grass as it begins to roll, and you catch it. And as you catch it, you chronal surge and you rewind time to undo it.
23 total now.
And this time, calmer, you put Melonbery's hand back onto the egg, and you're able to channel your magic into it and feel and put Melonbery's hand onto it, and you do feel something different than what you felt before. It just feels like you almost feel close to Melonbery, as if he was in this room with you. You know he's not, but you can feel his presence close to you. You don't see him, you don't hear him, but you feel like that jovial feeling you had when he was around, when things were okay, when you weren't fighting anything, when there was no lycanthropes, when there was no Raigulous, when there was no last reach being disappeared. You feel those moments close to you again.
Tempus, after a while, just kind of falls to his knees and he starts sobbing. It's quiet, but he's, touching the banana leaf, the #blanket. And he just says, I'm sorry, Melonbery. I couldn't do anything yet again. And then he'll just kind of like sink into it. And I think Tempus is probably planning on just staying there until the rest arrive.
What are you doing, Mark?
Mark has been just kind of like clenching and unclenching his fist the whole time as he's like kind of zoning in and out. He's like has such an underlying level of rage right now that he's just kind of the ragman's taking over and handing back, and he's just kind of wavering and like nodding in and out.
You notice that there are even moments where it's so severe that the rags will even like appear around your hand and then unravel again. Like it's just like this trying to balance the control you have over the ragman while feeling all of this sorrow and strong emotion is proven to be very difficult. And yeah, you guys, I imagine both stay in this room for quite some time. Tempus, you expressed to stay until the others arrive. Mark, would you like to do the same?
Yes, but I will first say to Tempus, we need to warn your father about there's someone who's gonna try to get elected, and if they do, it'll be too late.
Tempus just kind of shakes his head, but he doesn't move yet. You're right. I can't leave Melonbery, though. Not alone.
No. Of course.
Yeah, he'll just kind of go back to going over him.
If his soul isn't here, Raigulous has him.
Oh. Brian just had an epiphany. Yeah, I know. You're right. It's just... I've been through this before. And once again, I couldn't do anything.
Right.
And then he kind of looks up at Mark, and he's got tears in his eyes, and he says, Is this all I'm good for? Not quite good enough? And then he'll just go back to laying his head down on Melonbery again.
Mark kind of clenches his teeth as he thinks the same thing.
And we will leave you guys in a bit of that silence. You guys can both stay. All three of you guys can stay here as I bring back the other group. What's up, Bump?
Can
Yeah,
you
the-
turn the stream volume up?
The corpse can stay here.
If the stream volume needed to be up, you should have told me that a while ago.
They
The music,
Will
the
ju-
audio,
literally
what volume?
Moon says to turn up your volume, Ezzy.
My volume. Okay. I can turn up my volume easily.
Yeah, they just said you were a little too quiet. It's not too bad though.
All good. I wasn't the focal point anyway. As long as they could really hear you guys, that's
Yeah.
what matters to me.
Me and Mark were the main characters, all right?
All right, I'm dragging these guys back against their will. Here they come.
Oh,
Get
hey.
yoked. Welcome back, you guys.
What the heck was that?
We're back.
What the heck was what? You guys didn't see that.
No more mini golf for you.
You guys. No, you don't gotta shush. You guys are allowed to play mini golf while you're gone. What are you talking about?
They snatched us right out of our pub party.
Who was winning?
I won the first round, but we were pretty tied going into the last one.
I was winning the second round, but we were like halfway through.
Halfway, please.
All right. Well, we will cut over to you, putt loving motherfuckers.
Hey. Also, real quick, Azario, did you see that message in chat?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but they told me about it. If you want
Okay,
to,
cool.
if you want to get my attention, you gotta like tell me because I don't look at chat while we're doing this.
No word, all good, all good.
But yeah, I have turned my mic up. Hopefully not too loud, but I should be up a little bit more. All right. So you guys, as well as Sunny, but obviously he's not here with us, are at Bar None. You guys all lay down for a short rest. But with the weight of everything that's happened, the emotion of it all, the just general fatigue that you guys would be feeling to this point in your journey, you guys feel your short rest turn into a long rest. And you feel that long rest turn into sleeping in well through half of the next day. And into the mid-early afternoon is when you all begin to awake. You guys would have been awake at other points throughout the morning, surely, using the bathroom, maybe grabbing something to drink or eat, but then falling immediately back to sleep, just not feeling the urge to get out of bed or to do anything. But come the early afternoon, while that urge is still there, your body now refuses to fall back asleep, as there's too much light and it's just your body's too well rested. Yet you still feel all that weight on your chest. So what would you guys like to do?
Hey, gang. Oh, wow. I was really sleepy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wish I could go back to sleep right now.
Yeah. I miss
Crash
Mel too.
sitting silently, just staring straight at the door.
Crash. How you doing, bud?
He does not respond.
Baird will he'll go over and find wherever he had put Melonbery's book, and we'll just take it and put it next to Scratch.
Scratch does not move. He does not look away. His eyes are barreling into the door.
I miss him too, bud. I know it's tough.
He'll be back. On the miss.
We're- That's true. We're gonna get him back. You know that. We brought you back after all.
I know that.
I'll just go sit next to him and just put my hand on his back.
Scratch winces a tiny bit, but then eases into it.
It's alright, bud.
Still just not breaking eye contact.
Well, We can't help him from here, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. I think we should figure out a plan or something. Do we know where the others went?
Well, we know where they went on paper, but couldn't tell you where it is. I think Tempus said he was taking Mel to his dad.
Okay. Do we know where he would be? No, I think the one time we met him, or the last time we talked to him, he pulled up inside that tavern.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't his home.
Yeah.
And by that tavern, you guys mean the one you are currently inside?
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
But honestly, much as I hate to say it, it might be best for us to just hold tight here. I don't know what action we can take that'll be more than just us getting lost in this city.
Yeah. I don't know either.
I don't know if Scratch has it in him right now. I think if we can, we try waiting for a little bit. If they don't turn up by the end of the day, maybe we go searching. But I don't want them to come here. I don't want him to come here looking for us and us not to be here.
That's true, that's true. I just want to be able to help or do something, and I feel so useless sitting here.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but we got his book, and we just gotta trust that Tempus knows what he's doing. I mean, somebody's gotta be here to watch Sonny too. I don't know how he's holding up.
Sonny seems to be in like the same state that Scratch is in right now.
Huh.
I think it's hard on everybody right now. But we'll get through this. He'll get through this.
And then what?
What do you mean?
And then what?
Then we take
I
down...
wish I had that answer.
Yeah, we take down Raigulous. What do you mean, dude?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, bad boy. How are we gonna do that?
find a way. We always do.
What? Let's play a hypothetical for a second.
Okay.
And we come across him again. How will it turn out any different than like it just did?
We'll be stronger, we'll be better, we'll have more...
You know that? You know this?
Yeah,
He is so freaking strong.
sure. But so are
And
we.
all of us could take him down.
I think
Not
all of
even
us
close.
together. I think all of us together could, and we have a lot of really powerful friends. I think you're undervaluing how powerful we
No,
are.
I am
Scratch.
exactly valuing what we are. Once the kid comes back, we're going home. I will wait. We'll leave. No.
And what? What are you gonna do at home? No one's there. You and Mel would be all alone.
Then we find a new home somewhere else.
And what about Flora? We all have people that we miss, Scratch.
And there's
You at least
nothing-
saw Melonbery recently.
There's nothing
I
you
haven't
can
seen
do.
my family. I haven't seen my family in
And I am
months.
sorry. I am very, very sorry. Kid, I am so sorry. But Melonbery is all I have left.
I mean, I had nothing before I met.
can't risk it.
I had nothing before I met you all. When my family disappeared, I thought I was going to be alone. We barely know each other at that point.
And
We still barely know each other.
yeah, but we're doing this for a common goal.
A common goal that maybe a week ago seemed attainable. But we go up against Raigulous again, then we're all dead. I promise you that.
Sure. I mean,
And the other option is left without everybody you knew, and
That's what life is. You lose people, and then you have to move on and deal with it. They're no longer there.
yeah, you do.
they didn't die, as far as we know.
As far
They were
as we
just-
know.
They were just poofed away. They could still be alive. They could still need help.
Yeah, without Raigulous, how are they gonna poof back?
We don't. I mean, maybe he poofed them too somewhere. I'm just saying, there's so much that we don't know, Scratch. I feel like
And I am
You can't
so
just give up.
thrilled for you guys to figure it out.
And what if Mel won't
Can't
leave?
wait to tell us all about it.
Yeah, what if Mel wants to stay?
He just gave up his life to try to fight Raigulous. I don't think he's the type to back down that easy.
No, maybe he should.
Sure. And then you and him can fight Raigulous together when he comes back for you.
I don't think we're even a blip on his radar.
I don't know if I would be so sure about that.
What,
Something
a
tells
little
me that-
kid and a friggin' cat.
You're not a cat, Scratch.
You know what? I'm definitely not a man. Because
You're
a
right.
man protects his family, and I didn't do that. I didn't do it 3 times. Thrice.
And so your choice is to just run away from any other problems. Do you
My
think
choice
that's
is-
do you
my-
think
my
that's being a
choice-
man?
What?
Do you think that's being a man?
Don't talk to me about being a man.
I'm just asking a question.
Well, I don't know much about being a man, but I know a good amount about being a friend. And Scratch, I think you're a really good friend. And I think you're a really good dad. I think you're probably too hard on yourself, and
Stop,
it probably
stop,
scares
stop,
you.
stop. Shut up!
All right now. Take it down.
I don't know. 'Cause I am. If I am anything, I am not a good dad.
I disagree.
I'm not.
Scratch, you do everything that you can
Don't
to
even
help.
put that idea in my mind. No, I'm not.
You do
And
everything
say
you can.
He is to accept that.
I think you're too hard on yourself, but that's all I'll say.
You're just a kid. Scratches back down. Looks at the door.
I'm gonna go try to find some food. You guys want anything?
No, I'm all right. I'm gonna try and start cleaning this place up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I'll help as soon as I'm back. And Epek will exit out the door.
No, door.
I assume that
It
there's
is,
the
it is still a portal.
word.
Yeah.
Portal.
Stupid
Sorry.
ass portal door.
Tempest?
Tempus? Huh?
Ooh.
You can astral project now.
Yeah, he leveled
pretty
up
cool.
a lot of levels. Yeah, so you go to start cleaning. Bayard, Sunny, and Scratch remain in their little puddles. Epek, you go through the portal, which brings you know this, to like the top landing of this. And there's no other doors to anywhere else on this end, just the staircase at the end of this landing. As you come through the door and start walking, you see someone turning the landing. And again, if anyone's up here, it's got to be to come into this suite. This person is, you don't recognize them. They are like a very tall, what's the word I'm looking for? Like bison folk. Pretty slender, but wears like a really like nice looking suit. Kind of looks a little bit, in my mind at least, like the way the Beast in Beauty and the Beast looks when he gets all dressed up, but he's like a buffalo, or a bison. And he kind of just like walks up to the front door, expecting. You see him kind of like rehearsing something, and then he looks up and sees you and gets a little startled. He goes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am here to invite you to the Alatar estate, by order of Cornelius Alatar, at the request of your friend Tempus Alatar, and he kind of looks down to something he has written on his hand, and Mark.
Cool. Thanks. I'm Epek. What's your name, dude?
I am Reggie. You could call me Reggie. It's not just yes, you could call me Reggie. Sorry, I was not expecting to give the speech right away. I was supposed to knock on the door and look for you all. I wasn't ready for this. You're Epek. You're the youngest one. Are the others around? Is Scratch here?
So what? You don't trust me to deliver the message because I'm a kid?
I trust you. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even supposed to deliver the message. I was just told it would be taken better if I was speaking to Scratch. I was given like a pecking order of people to speak to, and kid, you were at the
Sure.
bottom. I'm sorry.
Sure, that's fine, but you're speaking to me now.
Right. So you can either tell me if Scratch is in, or I'll go knock on the door.
Let me go check to see if Scratch is able to take a visitor. Please
Right.
wait here,
So
Reggie.
he is in. Great. Let him know I'm here.
Please?
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, will do.
Yeah. I that portal would kill me. I don't have the key. I'm not going in there.
Oh, is that how that works?
Oh, I mean, pray you never find out.
So, like, if someone, say, perchance, was going to ransack a room that a portal like this was, like, the doorway to, they'd have to have the key.
Yes. Or get in, not through the door. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back, Reggie.
Mhm.
And I'll go hop back through the portal.
Yeah, I'll be. Oh, okay.
Hey, Scratch. I know we just got into a little
Yeah.
fight and all, but, someone from the Alatar estate is here. And apparently they want to speak to me because I'm a kid or whatever, but, like, they want to talk to you. So, I think, if you want to, or if you feel up to it, you should go talk to this guy. Seems like he probably knows something about Mel, but he doesn't want to tell me. And he can't come in here, so... Oh, also, guys, I found out that, you need the key to be able to get in through the portal, otherwise it kills you. Or the people who sacked our room came in a different way, so I don't really know.
Well,
Maybe the key got lost, or
I
there's
mean,
an extra copy somewhere or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty weird.
that's not important right now. What's important right now is Mel. Scratch, you should go.
I mean, I'm sure you can come too, Bayard.
Scratch slowly gets up and he looks at he looks at Epek There's a lot of guilt in his eyes, but he's keeping a very stoic face. But like if Epek looked at him, he would know that Scratch feels badly. He just okay. You shouldn't talk to strangers anyway, so probably for the best.
I mean, I guess. I talked to a lot of strangers though. Most of them are pretty nice.
What the fuck?
Thanks. Thank you.
Cut
And,
to Epek's
Scratch.
Stranger Danger montage.
I hope there's one by the end of this campaign.
No, we're not strangers no more.
Literally.
Scratch goes out the door.
Yeah, so as you get
I'll follow.
as you get up to move, before you guys can even like get to the door, you guys just feel a whoosh, and Sunny just like flies past all of you and like is like almost at the mention of Alatar, you see his like attitude change and he's ready to go out that door.
Hell yeah.
And you guys all go out the door, and you guys once again, or Epek, you once again, you all for the first time catch Reggie. He's like turned to the side, looking at the wall, kind of just talking to himself. Look at that! It's all of you. Wonderful. As I told your young friend here, you are all invited to the Alatar estate by Cornelius Alatar at the request of your friends Tempus Alatar and Mark Kintsuri.
Okay, sure. And who the heck are you?
Oh boy, I am Reggie.
Okay, that like half answers my question.
Oh, well that's who I
Right.
am. What else did you want to know? I'll tell you anything.
Do you work for why are you
Yes.
here? Do you work for the Alatars?
Yes, I work for.
I don't know if you know this. We're all in a pretty heightened sensitivity place right now.
Right, and I believe that my master Cornelius Alatar, who I do definitely work for, and he turns around and kind of shows you an insignia on his back, on his blazer, that is the Alatar like insignia, who I do definitely work for. He sent me to retrieve you all because they have some information about what is so sensitive to you all. I was told it might land better if it wasn't me saying it, but I was also told that you guys are, and I mean this, well, highly untrusting right now, and that you might not come with me unless I gave you all of the information, so I'll do whatever you'd like, but I do think it best that you'd come to the Alatar estate and let your friends or Cornelius speak with you rather than me.
I would say that's pretty valid.
Reg, was it? Reggie?
Oh, you could call me Reg. Most people call me Reggie.
Okay, Reg. We're gonna take a quick sidebar over here, all right? Okay? And Scratch taps everyone's like thighs and like, kind
Reggie
of,
Reggie even like walks down to the other side of the hallway to give you even more space, and like turns around and starts kind of going la 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 la.
You know what? You gotta give the guy points for commitment. I don't know. Do we think he's legit? Should we go?
Yeah. I mean,
Cornelius is rich enough, right? He probably has a bunch of man guys who follow him around.
Mr. DM, does he seem legit?
You can make an insight check.
Yeah, I will.
It won't, even if you like roll really well, it won't tell you outright if he's being legit, but it'll give you like
Sure.
a vibe check.
16.
I mean, dude's a little weird for sure. If he's like in employment, it's got to be new. There's no way this is like an established like employee, but he seems legit.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. He seems pretty legit to me. Like he's a weirdo, but I don't think he's lying to us.
Yeah, I never met a Reggie that wasn't weird.
True.
Except for you, Reggie, watching at home. We love you.
Yeah, you little weirdo. We love you. So we go.
I think
If they have news about the kid, I want to go, but I want to hear from you guys.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to know what's going on. And I want to trust this guy.
Sonny?
So hopefully we can.
Yeah, you're right. We should
Right. Right, yeah.
go. Yeah. Sonny
Sonny is simmering. He seems like if he was
Wah,
going
wah,
to speak,
wah, wah,
he seems like if he was
wah,
going to open
wah.
his mouth, he was going to end up punching somebody, and he's been working on his anger management, so he
Facts,
chooses not to
facts.
speak.
Fair enough.
Fair and
Okay.
kind.
Scratch turns around and goes, Reg!
Yes, that's me.
First of all, you look very dapper.
Oh, thank you. Cornelius provided the attire.
I would love to dance alone with you in a ballroom someday. But right now,
That seems oddly intimate. I'd love to take you up on it, I suppose.
okay, that was a test. I don't like that answer. Anyway, we decided to come with you.
Excellent.
And we're on borrowed time, I think, so if we could get a move on.
Right. There's a reason I'm under Cornelius's employ. Come this way, you'll see. And he goes to turn the corner, and as he steps down the stairs, you just kind of watch as like a little like fabric of space opens up, and he steps through. And you can see onto the other side is the interior of some really, really nice fucking building.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's nicer than our room.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Certainly nicer than it is right now.
Definitely nicer than it is right now. Nicer when it was brand spanking new too. And you can still see Reggie on the other side. Come on through. It tickles a little bit, but it won't hurt. I promise.
Bear like sticks his head through and like looks both ways before stepping through.
Yeah, I mean, once your head's through, you get the sense you're probably going to be okay, because if you weren't, you just stuck your head through it. So you seem like it's fine.
You went with your head first?
I wanted to see if there was anything on the other
That's
side.
thinking. Now that's forward thinking.
No, sure. I don't know. I maybe would have used the wooden arm. That's just me. And Scratch walks through.
Yeah,
Apex
pay good money
follows.
for this thing.
And Sunny will fly on through as well. And yeah, you guys are now kind of in like the front entryway of like the foyer of a very large estate. And you guys notice there's a bunch of like not a bunch, maybe a handful of people around. They're all kind of grouped up into one spot. One of them you guys recognize as Cornelius Alatar, who seems to be awaiting your arrival and will approach you guys as you arrive. But you also notice around the immediate area, none that are like attending to anything around you or paying attention to what's going on, just kind of walking around the building, are Warforged. And I need all of you to make me a history check.
Okay.
Ooh, first roll in a while.
Hell yeah. Jesus Christ.
How's it
What's
gonna go?
that, fucking
Ooh.
2070 pick? Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. I thought I did well. Jeez.
Don't worry,
I
you
rolled a
did.
nat
Epec
20.
just did really well. And Bayard's roll is still loading.
I
Yeah,
fixed
sorry,
my
Mike.
slow dice issue.
That's actually hilarious. We had a 7, a 17, and a 27.
Hell yeah.
Let's squad. Let's go.
So Bayard, Warforged were like built for the Dragon Wars, bro.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
The fuck?
Scratch and Epec, you guys would both know that the Warforged were made by both sides during the Dragon Wars. There were a model of Warforged called the Gish that were made by the Prime side of the war. So the 8 Primes made Gish. And then Karabab and the Dragons made a brand of Warforged called the Denizens. The Denizens were mostly made of like wood and plants and vine and matter like that, and they took on a more humanoid form and were very human-esque, to the point of some would say they gained even gained consciousness and could live out normal lives if they want. Whereas the Gish on the other side were made entirely of stone and crystal and were a little bit more brutish and were more robotic and more just strictly about the battle than their counterparts on the other side. After the war, the Warforged kind of lost their purpose, and even towards the end of the war, they started losing their purpose, and so they started building more Warforged. These first versions of the Warforged were known as supplicants, and they were kind of crudely made. They were slapped together with whatever they could find. But eventually, after perfecting their craft over a couple decades, the Warforged kind of built the peak model of what a Warforged could be, using hard metals as like an armor plating in places and softer metals around joints for movement, creating what were known as drones, which were metal Warforged that were pretty sleek and humanoid in design and were far superior than even the models the Primes are able of creating. I also didn't mention this to you, Tempus, and to you, Mark. You guys would also know this. Eventually, there was like a bit of a revolt against the Warforged, against these drones, because they were seen as such a superior creature, a superior creation, that they were a threat to the world. So they kind of all got shut down. And Warforged nowadays are very, very rare. You don't really see them having their own autonomy and like walking around cities. They're mostly in museums and like in the hands of collectors, and they're all offline. No longer serviceable. But what you see walking around this estate right now are certainly drones, which are Warforged built and constructed by other Warforged, or at least by their designs, which you haven't seen ever, like at all. And they're just walking around the house like no one seems to care.
Scratch doesn't even care. He walks straight to Cornelius and goes, "Where's the kid?"
Would you like to be with your friends, or would you like me to break it to you without them?
Where's the kid?
Right, you must be Scratch. The kid is dead. I apologize for being so blunt, but it seems like you wanted your answer, and that is the truth of it. We still have... Well, my son is taking a turn now, but I've had clerics and scientists and mages from across the continent here over the past 12 or so hours, and we've tried to revive him with medicine, with healing, with contacting a spirit through Thresh, through everything to get him back. And these things are possible. It requires us to contact a spirit on the other side, and sometimes that spirit is unwilling or even just not strong enough to pull itself back into its body, and normally that's why these things don't happen, or why we fail. But something strange has occurred with your friend, and we're not sure what it is, but there is no spirit on the other side for us to contact, no soul for us to
Where's
pull back.
the kid?
That's what I asked. Your friends are with him. That's why I asked if you wanted to see your friends first. I could bring you to them now.
I would have brought Melonbery's book with me, by the way.
Word. I figured as much. I didn't think you were leaving that behind. Do you wish to have any other questions answered, or do you wish to be brought to them now?
Bring me to him.
As you wish. And he'll turn and nod to the group of people he was with. A bunch of them turn off. One of them will follow with him. And he just turns to you. Right this way. If you don't mind, I'll contact Tempus now and let him know you're arriving. And he'll kind of turn and put a thumb to like his temple. And if any of you stand in front of him, his eyes kind of roll back, and he just you don't hear it, but you see him mouthing a conversation. It's wild. Like you're close enough that you should definitely hear him, but no words come out of his mouth. And we will cut to Tempus and Mark in the room with Melon. You guys are you guys are where you left off. And Tempus, you feel like almost like someone asking for your permission to like send you a message in your head.
Oh, yeah, I'll accept it.
Yeah. You know this is something that your family can do, at least while within a certain radius of each other, and it's something you haven't experienced in a while, something your father has done to communicate, especially around the house, to you very often. And you allow him inside, and he just says, "Son, your friends have arrived. I'm bringing them to you now. If you need another moment alone before I allow them in, let me know. Or otherwise, I'll send them straight to you.
He just says, "Bring them,"
As you wish.
and then he goes back to what he's doing.
You guys are brought down a whole bunch of hallways, down a bunch of stairs, and eventually brought into. Oh, I don't have Dustin on. I tried to bring Dustin back on this.
Yes, I was just about to say that. I was waiting for a
I was
moment.
just
Go
about to
back
say.
over here and remember to put Dustin back up on that screen. Yeah, you guys are brought into kind of what looks like a bit of a lab, and you guys are walked to the other side and into a hallway. And Cornelius stops here and says, "Your friend is down the hall to your right over here, first door on your left. I'll be waiting right here when you guys are done. Your friends are inside."
Ratch makes a direct beeline for that room.
Yeah, and you guys walk into a room. You see Mark and Tempus sat in there. Tempus sat, both of them sat by this mound of like moss and vines, and you see this giant leaf covering, which you would all know to be covering a body. I don't know if it's uncovered right now or what you're doing at the moment, Tempus, but you can explain that right now.
Yeah, you'd probably see his head is uncovered and his hand is on top of the egg. And Scratch, you see Tempus he looks exhausted even though he had a full night's rest, and you can tell he's been crying. And as you come in, he just looks up at you and then looks at Melonbery.
Scratch approaches the mound of leaves and the big leaf. Does he see any part of Melonbery's body?
Yeah, his head would be. Yeah, his head would be uncovered.
Are his eyes closed?
Yeah, probably. I probably would have closed them if they weren't.
Is he wearing his little goggles?
Oh yeah, he looks adorable.
While that's going on, I'll walk over to Mark and just bring out the book and be like, "I brought this to help. We got it."
Mark just nods and looks like he's trying not to throw up.
Scratch looks down at his son. Starts caressing his face. And he just stands there in silence, looking at the body. He moves in and gives Melonbery just a very soft little kiss on the forehead. He brings his whole body down. He's on his knees by the body. And he just keeps saying over and over again, "So sorry. I'm so sorry."
When he starts like crying, Tempest will try to, as unalarmingly as possible, grab Scratch's hand and try to put it on the egg. I guess Tempest is trying to have happen what happened to him when he touched Melonbery with the egg and everything like that. And I'll just lightly place Scratch's hand on the egg without saying anything.
Scratch, you just feel kind of like the rigid, almost like exterior of the dragon egg. Nothing else happens.
The second Scratch feels the shell on his paw, he rips it away and pulls both arms around as much as he can and just buries his face into Melonbery's and just weeps and weeps and weeps. He lets out the most primal scream he has. And then once is echoed all over the room. He just silently allows the tears to continue falling and stays there.
And you do. Is anyone else doing anything in particular in this moment?
I guess I'll move a little bit closer to Tempus and present him with the book. I'll just be like, I don't know if this will help at this point, but we got it.
Without saying anything, Tempest will grab it and then put it on Melonbery's chest. And just kind of like put his hands on the book. Kind of like he's still laying back with his hands on his chest, but the book's underneath it now.
Yeah.
Then Tempest will actually look towards Scratch and he'll say, I don't know if you're even willing to hear me, but I'm so sorry, Scratch. If once again I couldn't do anything. I tried. Everything. It was supposed to be me who died last night. It was supposed to be me. And then he'll just sit back down next to Melonbery and like kind of give Scratch a light pat, but he doesn't want to intrude on his space too much. Pat on the back, not a cat pat.
Not a cat pat.
Yeah.
Scratch, not pulling his face away from the body, after hearing Tempest say that, says to him, I know you did everything you could. Thank you. But fuck you.
Tempest slumps into his chair, just nodding.
Bear like leans back against the closest wall and like slides down until his hands are on his knees, like, or his elbows are on his knees like this.
Scratch finally allows himself to release the body. Like, looking, not breaking eye contact with it, but fully standing up now. To everybody in the room, he says, you all promised me he would be safe. You all told me you look after him. I want to bury him.
My father has set some plans aside for tomorrow to help with that. Obviously, you can decide how you want to go about this. But if there's one thing I can promise, it's that my father will do whatever he can to make it as respectful and as kind as possible.
Flowers. I want him to be buried amongst flowers.
I think he would love that.
Yeah. I hope so.
If you would like some time alone, Scratch, we can give that to you. And I'll kind of,
No.
as he says no, I'll look around and just kind of shake my head and sit down with him again. Just chilling.
Epek. I'm sorry for yelling earlier.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
It is. I know it's
I
a
was-
stressful
I
time.
was wrong. Melonbery was not all I had. You guys. You're all I have.
Scratch, we have each other. I know you think that you're all alone, but we're all here to support you, and we all love you. I know life doesn't always go the way that we want it to. Sometimes it goes the way we need it to.
I know what you're trying to say, but no one needed this.
I know.
No one needed this.
Hey, DM or GM.
Yeah.
This is just for clarification. So they said they couldn't find a spirit
Mhm.
to contact him or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that specifically like normally would that be a indication that they didn't want to come back, or is it
No,
simply
this-
he's missing?
So what was explained to you was that when they don't want to come back, they're contacted, and then they either choose to not come back or don't have the strength to come back. This is a
Mhm.
particularly weird case because there's just whenever there's no spirit on the other side, it's because it's already on this side and it's living. But he is dead, and there is no spirit on the other side, so something happened that they can't explain right now.
I will try to explain that to Scratch in the simplest way possible that Tempus would know how. And he kind of says it begrudgingly because he doesn't want to give hope. But he just says, something's weird. I have a gut feeling and I don't know what it is yet. But I promise you I'm going to, before tomorrow, try everything I can. It would do me no good to not try everything I could possibly can.
Scratch extends his little paw
Oh, it's adorable.
up to Tempest to hold his hand.
Oh yeah, Tempus will hold your head.
And then he takes the other paw and holds it. I believe that you loved him. And I believe you did everything you could. It's okay. It's not your fault.
Tempest starts crying. Because of Melonbery, but also because of his past.
Tempest, it's not your fault.
No, shut up.
Scratch just gives a nice firm grip on his hands. On Tempest's hand, looks him in the eye. Raigulous did this. Not you. You tried to fix this. And I will forever be grateful for that.
Through tears, Tempest kind of looks up at Scratch and he just says, and it'll be Barry and the Burly boys who take him down.
You're prime damn right.
It's a good thing we're digging a grave. can throw Raigulous in there after we get Melonbery soaked.
Oh crap, Mark's here.
Yeah, you guys are all here.
He's been in the back, just against the wall, looking tense.
That was funny.
Picture Scratch jumping. Oh fuck.
It's in this moment that you guys kind of hear like a knock at the door behind you, even though it's open, just kind of like to announce he's in. And Cornelius steps in and goes, "I don't mean to interrupt. Tempus, take however much time you'd like, but there's someone who would very much like to see you when you get a moment."
I need Scratch and Mark for one last thing, and I promise, Scratch, it will be the last thing. Everybody else, you can stay in here. Now I don't control you.
Are you in meaning to take them with you? I'm sorry, I misunderstand you.
No, I want to try one more thing for Melonbery.
Oh yes. Just let me know when you're done, and I'll come back.
All right. Tempus will, after a couple minutes for everybody to calm down, he'll take Melonbery's book. Did he have like a writing, like a pencil in the book or something?
Bump?
Yeah, like Melonbery. Yeah.
No, I'm not asking. I'm asking.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was like attached to the book or anything, but Mel definitely had a like quill like
Right.
in his bag.
You guys are definitely can have his big like generous
Okay.
belongings.
I will put it in the tiny, adorable Melonbery bunny hands, and I'll open the book, and like while holding his hand with the quill, I'll just write help. Because I've seen Melonbery do this before, so I'm just trying everything.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, you write help. Nothing happens.
He kind of he'll write again, and he'll say he'll just write Melonbery.
You write his name, and nothing happens.
Fucking god, useless ass fucking book genie. Fucking piece of shit.
As you start
Do
saying
I-
this, you see the words "Hey, fuck you" appear on the page. Not
Can
really.
Can I look into the book, but like magically? I don't think Tempus has ever had a moment to look at the book, but he
Yeah,
knows
so what do you mean
something's up
by-
there.
what do you mean by
Melonbery's explained.
magically?
Like, I want to reach out to the book.
So you want to make like an
'Cause
Arcana
Mel-
check to see what's going on with the book?
Yeah, because Melonbery's expressed there's somebody in the book, but I've never actually seen or met or talked to this individual. He's curious.
Right. So, what do you? So you're
Yeah,
trying
he-
to communicate with the genie inside inside the book.
Yes, but if not possible, just to get a more better general understanding of what this book is, other than Melonbery's no offense, child explanations
yeah,
of what it is.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Okay. 16?
Yeah, it's most certainly a genie's vessel, and unless you have the means and the connection with the genie, there's no way you're going to be able to get inside of it or contact them.
If only I had more time. All right. He'll just lay the book and cross his hands back over the book, and then just look at Scratch and say, well, at least I tried. And then he'll kind of pat Scratch on the back as he gets up and say, take as long as you need. And I'm just, Tempus is just gonna walk out because he remembered his dad said something about somebody wanting to meet people.
Someone who wanted to see you specifically.
Yeah, some dude. I don't know.
Some dude with the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Any of you guys doing anything in here? But as Tempest goes to walk out.
Just crying.
Just sitting by the body.
Yeah. So you guys all kind of keep on doing what you're doing. And Tempest, you leave the room. And just at the other end of the hall, back towards where like the entrance to the lab was, you see Cornelius stood there. He kind of greets you, and then he knows that there's not really much to say in these times, so he kind of just turns and begins to walk. You guys are making your way through the estate, and at a point, he kind of, without even turning to you, he kind of is looking down. He just says, "So, you know, after you, and you know, it's my own fault for not telling, not telling anybody about this. But after you know, broke in last night and." You know, everything in the heat of the moment, and seeing your young friend in the state that he was in, I didn't think it was prudent to ask, or pertinent. I don't know the right word. I don't think it was important. I'm not gonna try to say fancy. I don't think it was important to ask. But you know, after seeing the body and you know the damage done, I feel like I need to ask, what happened?
Tempus looks at his dad with probably the first, I mean, besides all the sadness lately, but the first serious expression that he's seen from his son in a long time. And he says, we found a hideout in the, I can't remember what it is. I just remember it being the Hooker District. What the hell was it?
The Orchid District.
The Orchid District. Turns out it was Raigulous's not so secret lair since we found it.
Bolt?
Yes.
Like
the
head of the guard.
Yes. You're
saying he has a secret lair.
He did. And one of the things we heard when we were sneaking around, for lack of a better word, you're on his list of enemies.
What? Son, I believe you're mistaken. You cannot be speaking about Raigulous Bolt. He and I are friends.
Dad, I've fucked up a lot in the past with Mom, now with Melonbery. This is one of those times when I'm telling you the truth finally.
Look, son, I don't think you would stand here and lie to me. I just think you might be misinformed.
He killed me last night.
Then why are you still here?
He brought me back. I don't know what for, other than he's a sick fuck. But it was him. He was talking to somebody before we walked in. I didn't quite catch who it was, but he's not who you think he is.
Well, I can assure you, son, I believe you to be mistaken, but I owe you more than just your trust, just my trust. So if you say this is what happened, I will believe you, and if you wish, I could look into Raigulous a little bit more. I have certain resources now.
Only if you're careful. I can't lose you too.
Oh, son, you don't gotta worry about me. I am very well protected in this city by myself and my friends.
That reminds me. These drones, did you make them?
Come on, boy. You know more about drones than I do. You know I couldn't make these.
Just
the primes
had to make
couldn't
sure.
make these are perfect. They're going to be the next thing that takes Alentar Industries over the edge. Once I become the next counselor, I will reveal them to the world, to all of Caradon, and we'll start integrate in. Wow, I can't. My vocabulary right now is so fucked. I'm too emotional. I can't think.
Integrating?
Yeah. We'll start integrating them into the populace, into the workforce. In the 10 day after I start, a few or so at least.
Tempus doesn't like that, but He kind of expresses his disdain with it. If you
Something
believe it is
wrong.
right, if you believe it is right, I will support you. I
Do you
I don't
not
know.
think helping people is right?
do. I just worry about. And Tempest kind of chuckles and he goes, I would know about pushing it too far. I just hope you know when enough is enough as well.
Trust me, son, I do. I learned by going too far myself on several occasions, but I learned mostly from banishing you.
Rude.
Aw.
That was amongst the mistakes I've made in my life, one of the worst. And like I said, I can't expect you to forgive me, and I owe you so much, so...
Tempest will just hug him while he's in the middle of talking.
And he kind of is like shocked, but immediately hugs you back as tight as he can. And he kind of not whispers, but says quietly, since he's like right here. Look, I don't know how to tell you this, but I won't. I'll only say, I know this is a hard time, but I think this is going to be very exciting for you. Right this way, Tempest. And he ushers you towards a door. You guys have been walking throughout the estate, and at this point have ended up in like a sub level of the estate. And you've gone down below where most people have access to. You would know this to be one of the places that you would go and hide in and play around in as a kid. But not
Motherfucker,
a place,
it's
but not-
fucking bump, isn't it? God damn it.
But not a place where a lot of people would know about, nonetheless have access to. And your father leads you inside. You know this to be where the old Warforged unit would used to be stored. And this is where you would come and play and test your magic and stuff like that. You did not know your father knew about this. And he leads you inside and says, it seems your old friend might have something he'd like to say to you. And you look inside the room, and you just based off your father's words, you already know that is extremely suspect, as the Warforged friend you had down here was more of an imaginary friend, as it was always offline. But standing before you, Tempest, is the Warforged you had affectionately named Nairo. Bump. Would you like to describe what he sees?
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, dude. He fucking told me, he's like, hey, you need to come up with a name for this motherfucker. I was like, hey, okay, cool.
So, in front of you, you see, like a 6'4", stone creature, kind of like, look like he's been built by, kind of like put together cobblestone. And like, on his chest, kind of like split down the half, one half is like kind of like covered in this gem armor, and the other half, like all the same sort of half plate, but different kind of like crystalline gems on either side. And right in the core of his chest, is kind of like this rose quartz, that you can see, what before when you knew was kind of like dull and gray is now white and bright. And yeah, he's kind of got like up above the kind of like crystalline armor, which is integrated into his body, the cobblestone comes back and forms kind of like his head with almost like this mountain like hairline. And he kind of like looks down at you and puts his arms on his hips and like does not smile, but like tries to emote. His face is very like static. There's no like facial muscles for him to make like expressions and like shit. And he says, is that young Master Tempest?
Tempest is in shock. Nairo? How are you?
Ah, yes. I forgot about that name. You affectionately referred to me as Nairo. Ah,
Yeah.
what a name.
I was a kid. It's an alright name. It's kind of just a short version. Anyways, how are you alive?
That is, a good question. I was recently brought back online. DM, how did this happen again? What recently brought me back online? I'm trying to look through the...
Yeah, you were brought back on by Cornelius's team.
All right. Yes, it looks like your family's team has been working on me and brought me back online.
And
I didn't
one thing I
imagine
did
you-
forget to tell you, Bump. I apologize. And
That's okay.
actually, you know what? Because I want to let you reveal it, not me. I'm gonna pull you to the side real quick.
Oh god.
I realized I forgot to tell you that the reason they brought you back online was to make all of these drones. Like, you are the one who made all of these.
Oh, right.
Because
Okay.
because these drones are Warforged, made by Warforged, you have the plans deep in your storage data, and they use you to make this new line of drones.
Right. Cool.
Bring you back.
NYRO.
Copy.
We
I
back.
gotta update my note.
Yes, your father's team brought me back to help me create more drones.
And Nairo is which kind of? Is he now a drone or is he?
Nope, like I said,
Nairo
before, he is
is-
a Gish.
A Gish.
a
Yes,
geesh?
I guess allow me to formally introduce myself to you. I am Gish Unit 50, with the model name CENT, or Cent for short.
I'm just gonna call you Nairo.
Or you could call me Cent.
That's not where I thought that was going. What would you prefer to be called?
No one. I've never been asked that before.
Well, we can think on it. You don't have to decide now. I'm sorry. This is an emotional day, Nairo. I'm so happy you're here.
Ah, I see. I can tell by the look on your face that you have been emotional, or you are very tired, or you have been in a fight recently.
All three of those pretty accurate, yeah.
Oh, that's... I'm sorry.
Didn't sound so sure there, but it's
I believe that's what I'm supposed to say.
yes, yeah. You nailed it.
Perfect.
So what do you were down for a long time. I mean, when I was a kid, I would, practice experiments. I mean, with you and on you. I hope that didn't do anything to you.
I remember quite well, and no, I didn't feel it. I remember it all.
Kind of sounds like personal hell, but
It's the time has been long yet. Well,
do you remember anything from before?
lots of stuff.
You have your full memory storage. You remember everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
So, were you around during the time of the dragons?
Oh, I was, and they were very dangerous, mighty creatures. But my allies and I, we stood strong when we weren't able to fight them off for long, but we defeated many of them.
Also, I can't see Bump Ozario. Just so you try.
Oh, right, you pulled me in and
Yeah, it shuts
Yep,
out.
you got it.
Whenever you switch channels, for some reason, it stops your stream on the Discord.
Yeah. Whenever you say you can't see, I think the stream went down. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, sorry. No, stream's fine.
I don't care about you guys.
Am I supposed to emotionally connect with my imaginary childhood friend?
I brought it back to you.
Thank you.
Interesting. I have some questions for you later, Nairo, but and he'll look to his dad. How did you know he was down here?
Oh, well, I didn't. Years ago, there was a young kid around who used to spend a lot of time in here who actually discovered him for me. And never knew he was here until you found him, Tempus. And from what I surmise, you found him way before I discovered you had found him. And I'd long forgot about him because the prospect of turning him on was so far off. But after your banishment, someone on my team came to me with something that I thought might work on a Warforged. The idea was originally proposed for bringing back different Alatar Industries products that had malfunctioned, but I thought it might be applicable to our Warforged friend here, so we gave it a shot, and it worked, and ever since, Sent has been nothing but helpful to Alatar Industries, and because of him, and I damn near say him alone, or 98% him, Alatar Industries, as I said, will be pushing forward with this new drone technology and hopefully save and change lives across Aerodwell. Now, the only issue, not really an issue, but I didn't bring you here just to say hi to an old friend. Sent here, feel free to tell him yourself if you wish, but I suspect in the absence of needing him to construct more drones, as we have drones to build the drones now, I imagine he's getting a bit bored, and, well, I don't have time to converse with him. I figured he might need a friend.
Right, your father told me that you are an avid traveler, and I'd like to see how the world has changed.
Well,
He seems very
caught us.
enthusiastic about it.
you caught us at a bit of a hard time, but I'm sure everyone will love to meet you.
And now I understand that it is a weird time for this, but, and I don't mean this in any type of way, I just thought maybe you guys could use more friends now. And
Tempus
Sent has
will
always
just
been
kinda
such a
nod.
good friend to you, so.
Tempus will just nod, and he'll say, thank you. I promise. Sent? Nairo, whatever you want to go by. You certainly won't be bored.
Cornelius will step up to you, Sent, and he'll he'll reach his arm out to you to shake it.
Sent looks.
Remember, like I
Look
taught
down.
you?
Right,
Mm.
yes, okay.
Right. And he doesn't let go. He'll hold firmer than he normally is. Now look, I'm releasing you from your charge here at Alatar Industries. You're free to do with your life and your time as you wish, but I ask you, not because he's incapable of doing it himself, not because he doesn't have the friends next to him to help, but protect my son, please. Keep him safe.
Of course.
Thank you. And he'll look to you, Tempus, and just go, I hope that this could help heal a broken heart.
I don't know if it will heal it, but
Just to help.
It
I know
is-
it won't heal it completely.
it's always nice to make new friends. And I'll look at Sent/Nairo and just kind of nod. We gotta
Right.
confirm your name, but that's the issue for another time.
So, I mean, I don't want to... Never mind, I'll let you guys figure it out.
Listen, he's gotta decide for himself. He's a free robot. Warforged thing
Wait,
now.
what are we deciding?
What you want to be
Your
called.
name. Yeah.
Oh,
His name is indefinitely sent. Like that is what his name is.
Yeah.
You just call him Nairo.
We can change it anytime we want. It's fine.
Well, you could just exclusively call him Nairo. That doesn't change what his name really is, though, you know what I mean? Like, we all call Mikey Mikey. It doesn't change the fact his name's Michael. You know what I mean?
You.
Never heard of that.
What?
I hate that.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's not his
Michael.
name.
Like how a year ago when we started this campaign and you all threw a hissy fit because you thought you had to call Bump Matt.
No, he can be Matt. That's fine. But Michael, though, that's like when
Aight,
Mikey grows up
so-
and gets a job at the business factory.
So
that's
what about Matthew then? What about Matthew?
Ugh.
I love that.
What about Brianicus?
Well, it'd be like if you guys called me McGuire, like all my military buddies.
Yeah,
it's
right.
weird.
All right,
That's who they know me as, but you guys know.
So it's at this point that Cornelius he'll go to leave and be like, if you wish, you guys could return to your friends, do what you'd like, but I should be going back to work now.
Wait, Dad,
Tempest.
please don't take what I said lightly. Your life could be in danger.
Son, tomorrow I become the newest member of the Caradon Council. My life will be in danger every day I sit that seat. It is nothing I'm not prepared for. But I take your words to heart, and I will keep my eye on Regulus.
Also, there may be a few dead bodies, but it's fine. They attacked us first.
What?
Anyways, bye. And I'll
We're-
start walking out.
And now with a new, I guess, directive sent, you walk away from Cornelius and out with Tempest. Where would you guys like to go?
I guess we'll start heading back. I'll kind of explain the situation to Sent / Nairo. It's weird. I can't decide yet. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so our friend just passed away, and that's why we're here.
Oh, I am very sorry to hear that, Master Tempest.
That's fine. You honestly, you don't have to call me Master. It feels weird. My dad's more of the Master type.
Oh, okay. Sir?
You just call me Tempest if you want.
All right, Tempest.
Hey, look.
Well, I'm sorry about your friend.
You know, it happens. As this is all happening, I imagine, as we're walking. And
Yeah, you guys are walking at this point.
I'll like give him the names and descriptions of everybody so he can have a little like guessing game when he meets them who they are.
Cool.
So you're like, so he's not a cat?
And that's
but
what
yeah,
he said. I don't know.
So it doesn't take you guys very long before you are back in the room with everybody else, including Melonbody.
Oh.
That's just not okay.
That's rude.
Yeah, I didn't like that I said that either.
Melon body.
But Tempest reappears as you all are here.
Hey everybody, this is, and I'll look at my new friend and I'll say I'll let him explain.
Hello, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is
Ho,
Unit
H to
50.
the OV. No, sorry. I apologize. Start over. You go again.
My name is Gish Unit 50, model CENT. That's for Conjuration, Evocation, Necromancy, and Transmutation. At your service.
Okay. Hi.
He's way too happy for this moment.
I apologize for the tone of my voice. I was programmed to sound this way at all times.
Thanks,
That's
dude.
unfortunate.
He's a well, yeah, he's an old friend. He wanted to see a bit of the world, so I told him if he wanted to, he could come along with us.
Right
as long
now?
as it's okay with the rest of you.
Wait, Do you fight?
I have fought many things, yes, sir.
He's been
Right.
around since the time of dragons, Mark.
Physical things, or like, your inner demons, because that doesn't count.
No, I fought many. I served in the Dragon War, sir.
I'm not. Don't call me sir.
Master. I served in the Dragon Wars, Master.
Oh,
Mark,
no.
it's just one Mark.
Just Mark.
This,
Yeah.
this is Mark, yeah.
Oh, Mark.
All right. Go ahead, hit me.
Are you sure, Mark? He's pretty hardy.
No, I'll be all right. Hit me.
I don't really. I more build things to fight.
Oh, pretty
Right.
cool.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Once we get outside, away from, him, then you can hit me.
Why do you want me to hit you, sir? Mark, I'm sorry.
Well, I want to know if you're up for what is ahead of us. And also, I'm really mad right now. And I don't know what to do about it.
I see.
I could.
Well,
No, you go.
What?
You go. You go, Sant. You go.
I was just going to say that I can strike you if you'd like.
Later.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I imagine I would have put the egg back into the bag of holding too. I guess I forgot to say anything, but
I figured as much. Like, I didn't figure you just
Yeah.
left the room and left the egg, like, unattended.
no, I'm a good egg father.
Unattended.
Egg father.
That's,
The proper terminology is shell daddy.
Mm. I have some questions for you later, Sant, about a particular item I have that you probably know more about than me. But that's for later. For now.
But that's for another time.
Next time on Aerodwell.
Oh, Tempest, did you tell your father about, like, the voice that we heard who's, like, gonna get elected to the council, and once that happens, it's, like, too late?
I kind of summarized a bit. I should probably mention that part as well.
I mean, I don't know anything about politics, but it did seem pretty important at the time.
It's yeah, I'll try and do am I able to do the phone call thing with Dad?
You know that to anyone in your family, yes, you should be able to.
I give him a old ring on the psychic phone.
Yeah,
Like-
and you would know you have to put like your thumb up to your temple. It's
Yeah.
you always hated it. You thought it looked so stupid, but it was your dad's choice.
It does look stupid.
And he goes, yeah. So what can I do for you, Tempest?
I forgot to mention some things, and then I'll explain to him the voice and how it says it's going to be voted to
Yeah,
council.
do
Right, guys. Yeah.
Don't just say you're gonna do it. Do it.
There's a voice we heard. The voice was talking about you're in danger, but also He's under the-
You guys are hearing voices.
no. This was when we were fighting Lord Raigulous. I feel like you're making this more difficult, Dad. Keep up.
You just called me and said you were hearing voices.
Yeah, before when there's a whole thing. Raigulous was talking to somebody. We didn't see him. It was he was
Oh.
poofed away.
Okay, yeah, all right.
One, you're in danger. You already knew that. Two,
Wait, I'm in
it sounded
danger?
like, yes, I fucking said you were in danger. God
But
damn it.
you said, all right. You said there was issues. I didn't realize I was like impressing it in danger or anything. I
Yeah, I
thought-
said be careful. He's
Right,
fucking,
you said
were
be
in danger.
careful. That doesn't mean I'm in present danger.
All right. Regardless, the other number two is this voice was under the assumption they were going to win the vote for council, which means there could be some sort of corruption, maybe something happening. I just want to let you know. I forgot to say that earlier. So
Right, well, I can
Yep.
assure you that's highly unlikely.
yeah, you keep saying that. When it happens, I'm gonna throw it in your face. Love you.
Right. Love you too, son.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang up.
Yeah, and you do.
Yeah, he gets the gist. We honestly don't know much, which is a little
Are
scary.
you guys doing anything else here?
I'd probably hang out with Scratch until things start moving. Because I know tomorrow, Cornelius said it was like a funeral thing.
Tomorrow is the funeral arrangements and the election.
Yeah, it was a busy day. Busy day.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your friend?
I'll give him a rundown. Raigulous this, Raigulous that, he's a bitch. This whole thing started back in a place called Last Reach.
Brian
Some
cannot be
people
bothered to recap
disappeared.
things for anybody.
honestly, a lot happened.
He kind of like stands over not like super close to the body, but like kind of over it and looks down. And looking at, he's like, this small creature fought valiantly with you.
He did.
Then he was very brave.
He threw a damn fireball at the end. I think Scratch was tied up and maybe unconscious, but he fought hard, Scratch. You would have been proud of him.
Scratch is very silent.
Expected. Yeah, and that'll probably be it for Tempus. He'll again just sit down.
Anyone else looking to do anything here?
Hi, Sant. I'm Epek. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Epek. And he will like unsuredly stick his hand out, like very stiffly.
Hey.
Just like shakes. It's very rigid.
Cool. Well, that's an interesting handshake.
I'm still learning.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, you're doing wonderful. Sure, it'll be up to par in no time.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. Oops, sorry. Oops, my god.
Take a rest. Oh, we're out of here, man.
That didn't happen. You guys didn't see any of that.
Oh.
No, we're definitely not being set up for the perfect moment to take a rest.
Well, I just want to know if there's anything else you guys wish to do.
I think after a while, Tempest would just roam the halls, see if any of his family or friends are around. Probably not. It's a weird time.
Yeah, there aren't. You know that people don't usually hang around the estate very often, and there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. Most of your family has aged out of living at home at this point, anyway.
That's fair.
It's mostly mostly drones, your dad's like employees, and otherwise.
I got like a brother and sister or some shit.
Yep.
And,
But yeah, you don't see any of them around. And
Okay.
Since you guys had slept in so much today, before very long, evening and night are upon you. So unless there's anything else you're trying to do today, you guys can call it a night and take a long rest the night before the funeral proceedings and the election.
Oof.
yeah.
Mark, do you still
what
want
a
me
day.
to strike you?
Yeah, we can take it outside. First, I want to. Can I find whoever is in charge of like making the funeral arrangements?
Yeah, you wouldn't know who that is. As far as you know, you would just probably want to find Cornelius.
All right, I'll find Cornelius then if possible.
You probably you wouldn't know where he is, but Tempest would be able to locate him quickly enough, and he does for you.
Yeah.
And you head off to find Cornelius. you find him like busy at work, doing some work on something about like the drone layout for this upcoming week or upcoming 10 days.
Ooh, that's better. Tempus would probably join him, not just helping, not necessarily taking charge or anything, just quietly assisting his dad, probably like he used to when he was young. Once we find him.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother. I'm sure you're both very busy, but thought just
Plenty of
occurred
time
to
for
me.
you.
We should definitely have like on Melonbery's grave, like one of the bells with the rope attached. So if he, if we are successful, if we find wherever his soul is, that he doesn't wake up too scared and alone. And he can pull the bell and we'll know that he's in there.
Right. If this would give you comfort, I agree. Let's do it.
Also, flowers. Scratch requested he be buried with flowers.
Any
A lot of
kind in
flowers.
particular?
Yeah, me and Scratch definitely discussed that.
For what it's worth, I've arranged for him to have the most well, there's no other way to put it. It's really just the most expensive service we could afford to do. He will be put to rest in the Grove. And those of you who have been here to the city before would know the Grove to be a part of the fungal district, where a lot of like people who are well off have ceremonies and will bury their past. And the people who are buried there are buried in a way that their body is used to fertilize the grove itself, and is often planted with a particular plant or seed in the space of the burial to grow a plant in their honor specifically.
Cool. Cool.
Usually we use, we grow a new tree in the grove for most of those who are buried, and we could arrange for it to be a bushel of a flower of your liking, if you prefer.
Something native to Last Reach. What was the flower on?
Yeah,
what-
little flower at.
Yeah, the little flower on his head. What is that?
Is that's not his body, right? That is an accessory.
No, it is.
No, it's like a symbiotic flower.
And it's still there with him. It's it hasn't opened since he's passed. It's been closed. Right, we've examined that. That is not a organic life form that we are familiar with. I'm not sure where I'd find more.
Melonbery. It's continuously surprising us.
Right, we're not sure it's from. Well, it should be from Aerodwell. Obviously, it's here, but we've not identified its species or seen any other of its like before. So. Our best guesses say it could be native to Thresh on the mainland, but we're not too sure.
He did talk to a genie in a book, so it could be a weird flower.
Yes, genies are often sure signs of the weird.
Yeah, it's rational. I'll go back to helping him.
Mm-hmm. Anything else for you, Mark?
Don't forget the bell.
We'll make sure that they know about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Should
Mark's
get back
leave.
to work then. And you do, Mark. And Tempus, you stay and help out. And the night continues on. Anyone else have any last thing they'd like to do on this evening?
Scratch does not leave the room where Melonbery's body is.
At a certain point, if there's nothing else going on, attendants, actually drones, start coming in with like cots and pillows and blankets for anyone who wants to, since it's clear you guys aren't moving, sleep in the room with Mel. And you guys are all given the place to set up for the night, and you guys can lay down for a long rest. As we take this long rest, we will go to our break.
What? Came out of nowhere.
We're
That's
gonna
crazy.
make it to 10. We'll be back at 21. All right.
Copy that.
And for those of you at home on our break, if you're thinking, "Wow, this break song is fucking awesome," go on Spotify and Apple Music. It's out now. It's called "Aerodwell" by Black Moon. Go get it. Ah!
Facts.
I fell, I fall, I crossed the line. Been here too long, same song and rhyme. It's time I try, I roll the dice. Risked everything, I know the prize. For in this moment, please believe what realm of life you can achieve. So take a chance, spread your wings wide. Leave behind shadows you can hide. So don't waste it all away. Because I made the same mistakes through consequence and pain. I do it all again. For arrows wild. We risk our lives. For arrows wild. I fell, I fall, I crossed the line. Been here too long, same song and rhyme. It's time I try, I roll the dice. Risked everything, I know the prize. For in this moment, please believe what realm of life you can achieve. So take a chance, spread your wings wide. Leave behind shadows you can hide. For arrows wild. I fell, I fall, I crossed the line. Been here too long, same song and rhyme. It's time I try, I roll the dice. Risked everything, I know the price. For in this moment, please believe what realm of life you can achieve. So take a chance, spread your wings wide. Leave behind shadows you can hide.
And we're back.
Here.
Yeah.
My mic is on.
Let's go.
Hey, all right. Hey, you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Cool.
I am sure. Thank you for checking. We are all waking up one day later, a little earlier than usual. As you guys are woken up by, there's like a soft little, like jingle style alarm that plays from one of the trumpeter lilies inside the room. That kind of wakes you all up pretty softly. You guys find as you're woken up, there is a drone for each of you that stood right next to where you're sleeping. It's a little off-putting when you wake up, I won't lie, it's a little creepy. And in their hands, they hold folded up what looks like an outfit or clothes for each of you. Noticeably, all like deep, lavender purple, which you guys would know to be the color you wear to funerals.
I like that.
Damn.
I'll just like calmly like stand up, not saying anything, but I'll grab the clothes from the Warforged and go to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Nope. Is anyone not taking the clothes? Cool. Oh yeah, so you guys all take the outfits provided for you, and you change into them. You all look like pimps.
Pimping all over the world.
And yeah, you guys look really nice. It's formal wear, dress shoes, all of it. It's probably the first time some of you have ever worn this. So it's definitely the first time you've all been dressed up like this. So just mechanically speaking, is anyone like wearing? This wouldn't necessarily fit with armor. Is anyone trying to put armor on over their clothes or anything and cover it, or are people just going in their outfits?
I'm a roby boy already.
Yeah. I just want to make sure
Since
mechanically
armor's-
speaking, people would know there's no armor in this situation unless they didn't wear the purple outfit and put.
Since my armor is like part of me, will it fit?
Yeah. So your armor is just a part of your person. The suit still is built to go over you. It's your size.
Okay.
So you still have your armor. Yeah. Anyone who, if you have any type of like natural armor, you would still have it.
Cool.
That sucks.
Can I find Cornelius?
Yes, but I want to clarify that armor thing. So no one's wearing their
Oh,
armor.
sure.
Mage armor, I'm chilling.
Yeah, mage armor.
I
is totally
don't. I
fine.
don't wear
I-
armor.
Word.
I will take my armor off.
Word.
I'm gonna
Got it.
cast mage armor as well.
Word. Yeah. Just wanted that to be clear. So you guys are all in your
Now-
attire.
You can cast mage armor on someone else too if
You
they
can.
need it.
I'm not allowed.
I'd say probably EPEC.
I would take it.
Who are we gonna go look for?
Cornelius.
Yeah. So as you guys go to like exit the room, you guys slept in like the lab area, and you go to the lab. Cornelius is already there. He's also dressed in purple. It seems he will be attending with you guys, as well as some of the attendants that he's with, and they kind of stand there waiting for you.
So, where is this? Where is this gonna be?
The Grove. This is your first time in Caradon.
Yeah.
The Grove is a place where one of several places of burial in the city, but one that I find to be the most tranquil. And they allow you to have full freedom in the ceremony. We can do it as we like, as long as we like, as short as we like, and involve who and whatever we like in the ceremony. I've arranged for him for one of the speakers or one of the heads of the All Prayer Church to come down, say a few
No,
words,
thank you.
hold the ceremony. It's customary. Do we all feel this way? I was told that we would do it as you'd like, but I can't have one person speak. We chose the All Prayer Church because we were informed he has no religious leanings.
No, he doesn't. But
It's just custom to have someone who's experienced in
I don't
saying some
I
words.
don't want anyone there who's not one of us.
It's not a private ceremony. There will be other ceremonies at the going on. There will be other people.
Then I don't want it there.
Oh, right. The bodies there is prepared to go. If we don't choose somewhere else in the city soon, it will spoil.
So you really just planned this whole funeral already, huh?
Yes, I did, and we told you about this yesterday. If there were issues, I would have expected them to have been brought up prior, but I'm willing to.
I'm
Be
so
amenable.
sorry that I was grieving.
No, I don't. You don't have to be sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. I only wish to make this work again for all of you. Is this how we all feel, or is this just one man speaking?
I'm sorry, Father, but I'm with whatever Scratch wants.
Yeah, that's the kid's dad.
He's in
What
charge
he says
today.
goes.
This is your son. Why didn't you say
Yeah.
that yesterday, Tempus?
You know, it was a stressful day. I don't know, one of my best friends just died. You feel like you're really pushing my buttons here, Dad.
I'm not pushing any button. I don't mean to push buttons. I just asked because I figured that seems like a very important detail to not mention. That the kid has an
Yeah.
aging father. You said he had nobody. That you were all he had. So
Well, you know, it's like his. I guess I don't know how to explain it.
right. Well. Anyway, we can have him buried anywhere in the city. I can't promise anything private anywhere. It's a very large city with, unfortunately, lots of dead.
Is there a hill?
Not within the city walls. Or, I mean, what kind of hill are you looking for? There's hills in the Grove. They're not big. The Grove's a pretty natural space. It's one of the most beautiful places in the city.
Quiet.
You're probably in the wrong spot of Aerodwell to find that. Not many private, quiet places here in Caribbean.
It is. I'll kind of like talk to Scratch and I'll say it is a nice area.
How about
The
this?
place my dad is talking about.
We go, and if you don't like it, we don't do the service, and we figure something else out. But we could at least try, and if it's not to your liking, it's not to your liking. What did you say? Sorry, I
Did
missed that.
Tempest tell you about the flowers?
Oh, he certainly did. We've arranged for a whole variety of different flowers, because I don't think a certain kind was selected upon, but I did my best to source them all from the lower parts of Lanique, of the region of Lanique. So hopefully they would be flowers native to where he's from.
And also like a custard apple tree planted there.
Oh, that is very, very doable. That's a very common practice to plant a tree with one of those who have passed. It being a custard apple tree is no problem.
And I'd like a lute.
For your own keeping or to be played?
I'd like one to play.
Oh, to play yourself, of course. Think we have a bunch of lutes somewhere here in the estate. You could choose one to your liking.
Thank you. I look at Tempest with kind of like a, are you sure this is okay? Kind of look.
I'll give him a nod.
I look at everyone else with a look that says, I'm sorry to take this over. Is this okay?
Baird, without actually doing it, gives you like a thumbs up with his eyes. It's just like a...
Yeah.
Epec's like smiling very lightly next to you. Mm-hmm.
And Sonny? Yeah.
Sonny's just
who gives a fuck what he
Sonny's
thinks?
just like flying up in the corner, sobbing his eyes out, and just goes, "Whatever, man."
He's just standing in the corner, just T-posing.
Okay, that should be it then.
If you're all ready, we have rides waiting for us outside. They'll take us down to the Grove whenever you guys are prepared. And
Onwards!
He'll turn and start walking out of the estate. Is there anything else you guys are trying to do while you're inside the estate?
Since I took my armor off, could I possibly change one of my infusions at the top of this day?
Yeah, I mean, you could say, since you would, do you sleep in your armor? I would imagine.
No.
Yeah, so you could just have chosen not to put it on and taken the infusion off. You do infusions on long rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can
Okay, cool. Alright. So I'll take the robes that I got from the dude, the purple robes, and I'll take a little tool to them and just start carving out like a rune and like taking my spray paint can and spraying stuff into it.
And to be fair, they're not robes, it's like a suit.
Cool, that's fine, whatever they are.
Yeah, and you guys all head outside looking dapper. And get into there's a driver with carriages of 3, so 3 of you in each. And you guys are all taken off to the Grove. There's room for. No, someone on the screen. No problem. There's room for 3 of you in each. Because Elliott's not here. Duh. I'm like, why is there only 6 people?
He can fly.
Which leaves one odd person out. And motherfucking
Dunny.
new guy whose name I forgot. You'll
Ben.
rock.
Oh,
you'll rock with Cornelius and his
Rock.
little wagon. And yeah, you guys arrive in maybe about half an hour or so, after a little bit of a journey. It's a particularly, like, you don't ever see it really storming in Aerodwell. Like, there's clouds, there's like storm clouds that'll roll through kind of low to the ground. But this is like a proper thunderstorm that we would experience, where the clouds are well in the sky, and it is like a proper downpour, something that is very rare in Aerodwell. Lightning strikes at certain locations throughout your trip. But there's also, you know, the other side of the chaos of the storm is the kind of peacefulness of the sound of the rain hitting the carriage and everything. As you guys arrive, the drivers step out of the carriages and open up umbrellas for each of you to hold individually. They have one for each of you. And you guys are ushered to a center of the Grove. The Grove is like so you guys are in the fungal district, and the fungal district has very thick, like, everything's fungal here. There's no like trees. It's all mushrooms in this area, except for in the Grove. But the area surrounding the Grove is all fungal, to the point where, like, it blocks out the canopy, or it blocks out the sun because it has such a thick canopy. But the Grove is this giant opening in the center that looks like it doesn't belong. It looks like it is just like the most idyllic little patch of the field. There are several trees that grow, some much taller than others, but there are some massive old trees here. There are flowers and bushes and just all types of plants, and you see bats flying from the trees. You see insects flying around. It's a very beautiful place, and even though there are other people here, it is big enough that you guys are where you're set up, that there aren't many other people surrounding your space to the point where, like, if someone's not, unless someone starts screaming like bloody murder for help, you're not being interfered with by any unnatural sound. There's the sound of bats' wings and the animals around, but other than that, you guys are under the shade of what is a very, 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 very large tree, and you see kind of just outside of its shadow and like a patch of sun is a dug up little hole with what looks to be like a packet of seeds just kind of sat next to it, right next to where they are burying where the hole has been dug to bury Melonbery. The body is set underneath the same, probably a different leaf and everything, but still held entirely. This time it looks like it was transported on the back of like the shell of like some giant nut. It's like essentially like it's the top part of an acorn essentially, with the banana leaf over it with him resting under. And there's a bunch of chairs set up for all of you, and standing not near the body, but on the other side of the hole, you see a large orcish woman who seems to be the member of the All Prayer Church, who seems to be here, ready to give, just to say some words at the beginning of the ceremony, before anyone settles in or anything. You notice Cornelius turn to you, Scratch, and say, "Is there anything else we could do to make this more accommodating? Is this suitable, or should we look for something else?"
This is lovely.
And my friend, and he looks to you, Mark, and he goes, "They thought it might suit it best if you put it in yourself." And he hands you like the bell on a rig system, so that you can put it in there and see to it that it's to the way you want it.
What the hell is that?
Whoa.
Your friend requested this.
Yeah, if he wakes up, right? So his soul's like elsewhere, right? And when we kick the shit out of Raigulous, you know, we might let his soul out, goes back to the body, he rings the bell, we dig him up. Is that inappropriate? You know, sometimes you bury someone and you're not quite sure, and you put the bell there.
I'm sorry. Listen, today seems to be a day where people are running a lot of things by me.
I thought we were sort of on the same page that his soul was like in a weird third special place.
Sure.
Not here, not there, but a secret third option.
You just thought to strap a bell around the dead body of my son.
Hey, it's not going to be around his body, right? The end of it's going to be in his hand.
That sounded so wrong.
Hang on. You have an accent, Mark, so excuse me for a little bit of a language barrier.
Yeah. Hey, you have an accent. Actually, I speak normal.
Can you repeat that for me? What you just said?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and back off on like the whole bell thing, but I would like it known if I should die an untimely death, I would like a bell, please. Thank you.
We can do that, bud.
Sure, buddy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes. Once again, thought we were all on the same page with that one. But
you know what?
If he wakes up in the box and he gets scared, I'm gonna tell him about this conversation.
Yeah, you can go ahead and tell him that I felt it was for the best that we didn't put a bell on his corpse.
Hey, it's common practice. Common practice.
Is it? Is it?
Hey, Ferric Stronghold, maybe different cultures, I guess. Sorry.
Flashback to a conversation Mark and Melonbery had. You know, I just love ringing bells. I just love it.
No matter what Scratch says, I love a bell.
Scratch, I didn't mean to make this weird. I defer to you. I'm sorry.
For some reason, I'd feel like an asshole if I didn't let you do it.
No, it's fine. I mean, it is effectively a symbol of me not yet addressing my grief. So perhaps you're causing me to face some internal trauma that I wasn't quite ready for yet. But it's cool.
And as we previously addressed, battling inner demons is not a real battle. So
no, it's fine,
Do
Scratch.
all of you have demons inside
I'll
you?
just go fuck myself.
No, said no. We're cool. No, we don't.
I'm sorry. You know,
No.
tensions are. It's a weird day. Everyone's kind of all over the place emotionally. It's.
He's my friend, right? But he's your son. It's your call. Bell or no bell?
If you want to put a bell around him, if that helps your process, I can get around it.
I feel like reading between the lines. You don't want me to. All right. I'm whoever gave me the bell. I'm just gonna like lean the post into somebody else's hands. You can give it to the next guy.
Right.
And
it
hopefully
was Cornelius.
not
He
you.
just goes, whatever you wish.
Cornelius, you have the patience of a saint. Thank you.
He'll look over at Tempus. Not always. I've learned my lessons, though.
Yeah. It's great. This is great. Sorry, Sant. It's not normally like this. It's a rough day.
Sent. It's always like this.
He's not wrong.
Do you guys find your seats? You can sit wherever you'd like. There's not like assigned seating. It's not your seats. It's just seats.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, I don't necessarily have to go somewhere private, but I'm just gonna step away. And I'm gonna wild shape.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna wild shape into a squirrel.
Squirrel.
And then I'll go crawl over onto Tempus and I'll sit on his shoulder.
Did Tempest see you turn into a squirrel? You said you didn't like hide. What's your passive perception, Tempest?
11.
Oof. Yeah, I'm gonna say he didn't see you. So there's just a squirrel that ran up on your shoulder, Tempest.
Guys.
Hey, little squirrel friend. That's cool.
Where
I guess
where
what's
did it come
everybody's passive perception?
from?
15.
Mine is
22.
Not great.
Shut up, Melbery.
19.
Or shut up, Sent. It still says Melbery on the screen too. I've dead about
13.
Yeah. So anyone who has a 12 or higher, you would see, because he wasn't trying to hide. You watch as Sent kind of just slips away, turns into a squirrel, and runs back over onto Tempus' his shoulder. But Tempus is extremely startled by this.
Oh, Tempus, it's your rock buddy.
What?
It's your little rock buddy. You turned into a squirrel.
No, this is a squirrel.
No, it's look, he's waving at you. It's what's his
I
name?
point to Scratch and nod my
Okay.
little squirrel head.
You gotta warn somebody, Sant. Goddamn.
I'm just saying, 2024 druids can talk in wild shape.
You can't. Fuck you.
Get
Yeah, I know.
forked. All right. As you guys all sit, this orc woman kind of like takes her place in front of you, and she just kind of looks down and takes a moment. She has her hands kind of clasped together before looking up, kind of scanning and taking the time to make not necessarily make eye contact if you're not looking at her, but like take a time to look at each person in the audience, and then I'm brought here today to join with each of you in the grace of our All-Father Thresh to honor and remember the life of Melonbery. When we are met with such a loss, families, friends, and those whose paths we've crossed, they will weep. But when one so young and so innocent and full of endless potential is lost, the entirety of Aerodwell weeps. We say that the All-Father guides each and every one of us down the proper paths to end up where we're supposed to be. And when we experience the beautiful sides of life, these words ring true and make us feel Thresh's warmth within us. But there's times like these. And in times like these, the All-Father's promise feels, to me, like a sick joke. And we can ask, why did this happen to him? To me, to us, how can this be the right path? And when all we have is faith, how can we rationalize that this is our correct path? One that leads to such a loss as this. And I find comfort in faith. Having faith is my answer, but not in our Lord Thresh, not in the primes. The faith that is shared equally amongst all of us. To ease the pain and to salve an aching heart, have faith in each other, in your friends, your families, your communities. Come together and mourn your loss as one, and feel the connection between each other, and in that small moment try to appreciate that you're all entwined, brought together by the memory of a wonderful spirit who filled this world with so much love. Enough for all of us to carry until it's our time to pass over. And may the All-Father bless you and your crossing, Melonbery. And may you please find eternal happiness. At this point, she'll take a step back and just kind of bow her head and close her eyes and let a moment of silence kind of just wash over the grove. At this time, if anyone would like to say any words, please, at your own time, come up and speak. Otherwise, we just ask that you sit in silence and allow everyone as much time as they need Thank you. And she'll go and she'll sit down at the first available chair that's open in the front row of this, having opened the floor for anyone to go up and give any words.
Ash doesn't up yet, but he goes into his jacket and pulls out a piece of parchment. He unfolds it. And if anyone looks over his shoulder or what he's holding, it's a drawing Melonbery made of he and Scratch when they first met. And he's just kind of holding on to it.
Temples will go up.
I also misspoke. When she's done speaking, she doesn't sit down. She walks away entirely.
Tempus will walk up and is there like a microphone? I don't.
No, there's not even like a podium. She was just standing next to the body in the hole.
Okay, I'll stand there and I'll just look to everybody and I'll say, it's a pretty shitty day today. We have to say goodbye to, well, just one of the best kids. He was goddamn annoying sometimes. But he always brought a smile to our faces when we were at our lowest. I remember, I think, man, it feels like forever ago now, but when I first came to Last Reach, well, Melobery was one of the first ones to come up to me and say hello. He was wondering all about the mining company I worked for. God, feels like a millennia since then, but I'm happy we could be here today to see him off. And Tempus kind of has a tear start rolling down his cheek as he says thank you, and then kind of gives Scratch a head nod, and then just goes back to his seat.
Scratch nods in return.
Mark will step up if no one else does. So when I was new in town, you know, Melonbery and Scratch and Flora were like the first people I met. Mostly because I built my house kind of close to theirs. And Flora would sometimes like drag me over to hang out with Melonbery, or Melonbery over to hang out with me. And first I thought it was because like she needed like a babysitter and I was available, but I think it's because she knew I needed a friend and so did he. So she just kind of forced us to be together because we both needed it. That's all. Mike steps down.
I apologize, you guys. I didn't switch us to the funeral scene.
There's a funeral scene? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Why? Oh, it rotates images. Oh. Oh, baby.
In the
Part of the reason why I wanted to make sure I switched to the funeral scene is there is different music playing for this on this scene. It's one of my favorite renditions of
Christmas
Melonbery.
Melonbery.
It's one of my favorite renditions of Melonbery.
Christmas Mel.
Oh wow, this is a very early sketch.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Man.
Looks like a. Oh god, he's adorable. Okay, we got through it all.
Damn.
Beautiful. Dang.
If no one else goes up, then Scratch will go up. He just stands over the hole. He's still clutching the drilling. I got a confession to make. And this actually may not come as a surprise to some of you. Or you, Mel. I didn't like you very much at first. I think Tempus had it right on the button. You were just this little annoying furball. I mean, yeah, you were cute. And yeah, seemed to have a lot of interest in me. Which I found almost suspicious and threatening. And I wanted nothing to do with you. Because, frankly, I didn't think I had the capacity to love anything else. I thought it was just me against the world. Things change. One minute I was cold. I had walls built up. And I locked myself away. And all of a sudden my heart was beating again. It was outside of my chest, it was on my sleeves, it was exposed. Loving you, kid, has been the most wonderful, painful experience of my life. And when I let you get too close, I made a promise that I would never let anything happen to you. But I was never really good at keeping promises. But you were so brave, so smart, and so kind, and so trusting, and so... You were everything I wish I could be. And sometimes I took that resentment out on you. And the only reason I'm still even here today is because of you. I hope to be the man you deserve to have as a father. I'm going to try every day. I want to thank you. Because if it wasn't for you dragging me out into this crazy adventure, I would never have found another family. Cornelius, can I get that loot that I asked for?
He would have already given it to you. I'm sorry we didn't address that. You have it with you.
Okay. Do I have to roll a performance check for this?
Yes, you can do so with advantage.
Thank you. $16?
Did you roll twice? I only see the one roll.
I'll try again.
Yeah,
Let's see what we
you
got.
might as well just see in case you roll higher. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you perform as well as you ever have.
Okay, so Scratch picks up the loot.
Yes.
Well, turn off your noise suppression on Discord if you haven't already.
I don't know how to do that.
Right click on yourself.
For myself? Oh, noise suppression? Turned on. Yep.
No, turn it off. Make sure.
Oh, turn it off.
Oh, perfect. I heard that.
Scratch picks up the loot. The loot has a little pause. He sits down with it. I used to sing this to my daughter at night. I sang it to you a few times. Felt appropriate. Lay your head, tuck in your bed. Here comes the night, stars shining bright. If you wake out of fear, just look for me. I will always be here. Shut your eyes. Please don't weep. Find your dreams and go to sleep. Good night, buddy. And Scratch goes sits down. If anyone's wondering what I was doing during the break.
That was awesome. Thank
Yep.
you, Dustin.
God, you're the worst, bum.
And after Scratch goes and sits, you all just kind of sit in silence for a while and just take in the moment of it all. And eventually, they are prompted to ask you guys if you wish to physically bury the body, or they have attendants there who will lower the body down for you. As the service comes to an end, you can choose to either be a part of it or not. And Melonbery is buried. You guys see in the grave there is like a little tunnel that's been connected on the same side that the seat is in. so that there is a through they guide the growth of the roots of the tree. They have people who attend to the grove on a daily basis, and they'll ensure that they grow through towards Melonbery, so he could become part of this apple tree, custard apple tree, as well as there being a bushel of a whole bunch of flowers that those of you from Last Reach would be accustomed to seeing, native to your area of Lanique, planted and grown around where Melonbery has been laid. You guys have as much time to sit here as you wish. The carriages don't go anywhere. They stay there waiting for you. And while you guys are sat here, Tempus, you notice a little further off in the grove, there's someone stood in the shade of a tree, but very clearly just stood there and has been there for a little while, just watching you guys.
Can I, trying to make as little noise as possible, start walking that way? Like, I'm going to get up and just kind of like excuse myself politely and then kind of walk that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. It's easy enough to do so.
I'll stay on your shoulder as a squirrel.
I forgot you were there.
All right. Yeah. So you you make your way over. The figure doesn't move at all. They stay put. As you approach, they don't even flinch. They don't address you. They're wearing a very wide brimmed hat that's worn really low, and like a cloak above it. So their face is shadowed to the point where you can't make out any distinguishing features about this person, other than you can see some blackish gray hair kind of spilling out from the bottom of it. Presumably, like, it looks like beard hair. And this figure is particularly large, larger than like a human probably would be. As you approach, and again, without really addressing you, it just begins to speak. Such a shame, isn't it? The one as young as he would find such an ugly death. Suppose he had you at least. Someone to fight for. Someone to defend.
Did you know Melonbery?
You could say that.
I'm suspicious as fuck. Who are you?
Surprised? Thought you would have known me. I should also mention, Scent as Squirrel on his shoulder. You don't see anybody. Tempus is talking to himself.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll just like tap on your like cheek.
What?
Just like tilt my head, like throw my little squirrel arms.
I kind of flick him a little bit towards the back of the shoulder, and I look back at the man.
Your friend cannot.
And I kind of. So you're. Who are you?
Don't bother yourself with who I am. What is your purpose,
Okay.
Tempus?
Lately, I've kind of lost track of that. But
maybe it's time you find it again.
I kind of like lightly hold on to the bag of holding. Like I kind of like shift it a little bit.
I'm not here to steal from you, Tempus. I need your help. I don't need you as my enemy.
Who do you work for?
Nobody.
Tempest kind of racks his brain and he goes, this is just gonna throw this out here because it's already a long day. You're not, like, near him in, right?
And if I was, why would I tell you? And if I
It's
did, why would you
relative.
believe me?
Well, crazier's happened. I once met a giant frog-looking thing that thought he was a prime. It was a whole thing.
The giant bullywug, yes. We're aware of
But
him.
yeah, he's a
Voloros
bitch.
claims to be many things, but a prime, certainly he never was.
That's what I said. He's dead now, so.
He may not be a prime, but he's far more powerful than most. He does not succumb to death so easily. You might be surprised about his fate.
God damn it.
So, what do you want from me?
I need you to get back to your purpose, Tempus. You spend plenty of time gallivanting with your friends. It's time to get back on task.
What task would that be?
You know all too well. And he'll, at this point, it's the first time he's moved, and he begins to walk back in the direction where you came from, like towards where the rest and Melonbery are.
Where you go? What? I
Walk
guess
with
he's
me.
going back towards the crowd. Oh, okay. I'm following.
You were always the odd one, weren't you? Even as a kid.
It's a little rude, but yeah.
I could have put it worse. Odd is fine. I need you to be odd again, Tempus. Stop trying to live a life like the rest of your friends here. Unremarkable. Be the man you were meant to be.
And what kind of man is that?
One of immeasurable power. Magic over not just some time. All time. Always. That is your destiny, Tempus. And I need you to see it through.
I've dabbled with time, and all it's done is bite me in the ass time and time again.
Because you aren't dedicated.
So far, I've lost my mom and a really great kid.
Right.
If that's not dedicated to the cause, I don't know what is.
If you give up now, they remain lost forever. Lose
Tempus.
however many you want along the way if you become the master of time. None of them ever died, did they?
Tempus's eyes kind of dart around. Are you saying there's still a chance for the ones I've lost and more?
I cannot answer that question, Tempus. The answer to that lies entirely in your ability to focus. Become the mage you were meant to become.
And how do I do that?
Stop wasting your time traveling across the continent for no aim to settle some petty feud you want for some revenge that, even if you get, will never satisfy you. Like you said, you've lost plenty along this way. You think even if you avenge them, that you'll feel whole. Not until you get them back will you ever feel like you used to.
Okay,
At this point, you're pretty much back towards the group. You guys just see him kind of talking on his way back. You figure he's probably talking to Sent, who's the squirrel on his shoulder.
Then what do you want from me? Where do I go? I don't know anymore.
Just be open to the signs. When I guide you, you listen. Stop resisting, and I will make sure we are all right.
And how do I know I can trust you?
At this point, he's kind of like stalled behind you a little bit, and you walk just ahead of him. As you turn to ask, how can you trust him? He's like right in your face. He's leaned down and forward, and his face is entirely revealed. And you just see like the skeletal, sinewy, bony remains of some undead person who looks gnarled and ugly, but has like the thick like wisps of like a salt and pepper beard still clinging to like the little bits of flesh that are like stuck to his chin, kind of like hanging off. And he just goes, let me fix you. And as he does this, saying this phrase that you've heard said many times, it's you're startled, and all at once you kind of stumble back and trip and fall. And out of your bag rolls the egg. And it rolls and falls into the hole where Melonbery is. You guys all see this happen. You guys all see the egg fall. As this happens, Tempus, the figure disappears entirely. And you guys hear an unsettling sound. Not one that you guys have ever heard, but is definitely the cracking of an egg as it falls into the hole.
Yeah, Sent immediately jumps down from Tempus' soldier and transforms back into his actual self. I feel like I didn't explain this when it happened, but like I feel like my transformation into looks like all of like the pieces of like the rock and kind of like little bits of machinery kind of like start like caving in on itself, and until like it takes the form of the animal, and then like from like his chest, little chest beacon, like kind of grows this like vinyl like skin that stretches out over the body, and then like synthetic fibers pop out like fur.
Ooh.
And then it like reverses for the transformation back. And I
Transformers?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Did you say Animorphs Transformers?
No, it was Beast Wars. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. And I put my hand up, and I say, Tempus, this is very dangerous. That's a dragon egg.
My egg. Is it okay?
He's not reacting how you expected him to react to that scent.
It's not going to be when I'm done with it. And he starts walking over to the grave.
I'll get in front of Sent.
What do you do? This is a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, it will be if you keep going towards that grave.
If you look at Tempus Bayard, he looks pale white. Pale as fuck. He's normally pale as shit. He's paler. My egg. Is the egg okay?
Tempus, why were you talking to yourself?
That
was weird.
Who are you asking if the egg's okay?
He's just saying it to the ether.
Go check on it.
I think Tempus is gonna... Yeah, Tempus is gonna like crawl over to the edge of the hole and look for the egg.
Okay, sorry. Maybe I missed something. Any particular reason why you're crawling?
He's stunned. He doesn't know what the fuck just happened, and the egg fell out, and he's.
Oh, I
it's
apologize.
like a
You did fall
thing.
over. You did fall over. I'm done.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Me forgetting that I told you fell over. Yeah. So you fall in that direction, and you're able to kind of like scatter over there and get to the edge, and you see the bottom, like, so the top part of the egg that's facing you has a clear crack in it, and the bottom part is like spread out as though it had fallen and like cracked on impact, and like kind of like splattered on impact.
Oh no!
I'm jumping in.
Yeah. So you jump in, and you see, Melonbery is also down here. The egg fell kind of like just next to him, and you see kind of around his head is you know what it is, but well, I'll be damned if you can explain it. You see this purple little critter. It is chasing around a little butterfly, and it has Melonbery's little plant rested on its head.
What?
It's Spyro.
It's Spyro. Beat me by
Like
one
a little
second.
guy.
And he's like playing around with the little butterfly that lives inside of Melonbery's flower. Which, like I said, is now like kind of like it's much bigger than his head. It's kind of like down like on his. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's on his back. It's like a little Bulbasaur flower on his back.
I will protect this little guy with my life. I would like to try and like pick him up and hold him
As
like
soon as he
like
sees
a
you,
baby.
like he goes to jump and like you don't even know if he means it, but his wings like try to flap. He cannot fly, but he like jumps and like tackles you, and like starts licking your face.
Oh my god!
Imprint on it.
His tongue's a little sharp.
Ow.
Scent. This looks like no dragon you have ever seen before in your life. This thing is made of gems. It is made of amethyst, and its exterior. While dragons have like external like thick hides, it is hard. It is crystalline. Whereas all the other dragons from that you've experienced that came over for Aerofang were either, mechanically speaking, chromatic or metallic. This one is a gem dragon.
I literally asked Cesario today about taking the feat gift of the gem dragon, and he was like, we'll stay away from dragon stuff, and also there's no gem dragons. It's all metallic and chromatic. This guy.
Just what a day to ask that question. Like,
do you like crawl out of the grave with it?
Yeah, probably like if I'm able to like hold the little guy.
Oh yeah,
in my arms.
It's hard for you to hold him because he's very playful, and so he's like trying to climb all over you, but he doesn't want to leave you. Like he's with you.
Yeah.
He'll like run all over your back. He doesn't have self-control yet, so he's like kind of clawing you up as he runs all over your body.
Oh my god!
Oh my
I'm
god! It's in a
dying.
wild frenzy. Tempus, you need to separate yourself from the dragon, and I'll take care of the problem.
I will, as I crawl out of the grave, as you say that with the dragon, I kind of look at Scent and I go, I don't know what you saw, but if you harm this little guy, I will fucking kill you. No, I will. You can't. You can't. We can't know what this means right now.
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Mark.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what I said about the bell.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me do the bell, but he's got like a whole omelette down there now.
I understand I'm sorry about the bell. That's all
No,
I'm gonna say.
It's all right. Hey, Sen, we got some explaining to do. If you would take a walk with me.
I'll kind of also look at Cornelius. Is he still there?
So everyone else has kind of walked off at this point, which is good because for mechanical reasons, this is a jabroni situation.
Yeah.
So you guys would all be aware of this. Dustin, you're gonna need some explaining on that. Dustin and the audience, when I say this is a jabroni situation, me and these guys played a Star Wars campaign where one of them was a Jedi and that was Mikey, and it was post Order 66 Empire era. And so when they wanted to talk about Jedi activity, they were called them jabronis, so nobody could catch on to what they were talking about. Because jabronis...
Or sometimes you would just tell people right out that you were a Jedi, and they would...
Yeah, and then it would
wildly
start an
change the outcome
intergalactic
of the
incident,
campaign.
but, you know, whatever.
I really don't know why a Jedi would ever do that.
Yeah.
I really have no idea.
Audience,
And I don't know why.
Shit.
I don't know why, as a player, anyone would do that, and whoever would do that is like really crazy.
Definitely not Mikey playing the character of Tu Wan Fu, Jedi apprentice to Master Jocasta Nu.
I don't know who that is.
Totally not a Lerman. Anyway, so yeah, this is a situation where like you probably like dragons don't exist, and there's actually, as a matter of fact, there's a magical ward protecting the entire planet. That the very ward that dissolved the primes that is supposed to keep dragons off of this planet, and has so for millennia. So you guys would all gather that not everyone's going to have the same reaction to this thing that you do. What that means, you don't know. That being
Scratch,
said,
I'm
you
sorry.
are in Caradon, a place. Sorry, I apologize. Last thing I'm gonna say, you are in Aerodwell, a place that is for the people who fought with the dragons. The majority of the populace of Aerodwell are pro-dragon anyway.
Yeah, for dragging their nuts across your face.
I look at Scratch. I look at Scratch in like utter shock, and I just say, I'm sorry. I have to go. Finish up here. Meet me back at my dad's place. And Tempus will kind of he looks panicked, and he's gonna like kind of tuck the little guy in his robe and just start heading towards Alatar house.
You're just gonna start running there? It'll take way longer on foot.
Oh God, you're right.
And you'll be way more exposed on foot. At least in the carriage, people can't just like see you.
Wait, hold on. I can help a little bit if you let me pet the little guy.
Tempest kind of like holds him in a little bit, and then he like looks at Mark, and he's like, oh yeah, you're Mark. And then he'll like kind of present the little guy to you.
I'm sure this could not possibly backfire. I'm gonna cast invisibility on the dragon.
Ooh, nice.
What?
Nice. Good move.
The dragon is now invisible.
Oh God.
Don't lose it.
Are you joking? We didn't even put a collar on him.
He doesn't need a
The
collar.
collar
He's a
would
dragon.
also go invisible.
Yeah, I mean,
But at least we then have something to hold on to.
Hey, where's that bell?
He was given back to Cornelius. He would potentially have it.
I just try and hold on to the little guy, and I'm like, hey, don't, just calm down. We gotta get out of here. I'm just talking to the dragon. And I'll keep trying to like keep a hold of him, not like tightly.
It
but...
like coos and like chirps back to you.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. Cart, need, ride. Send, stay the fuck away from me. Sorry, love you.
I mean, yeah, they're literally all the carts are still there for you. They never left.
I will get on one and look at one of the drivers and be like, Alatar residents, please.
Sir, we are not permitted, or we were instructed to drive to the site of the election in the council district. It is mandatory for all citizens of Caradon to be present for the election.
Mm-hmm. Good thing I got banished from this town many years ago. Peace.
It might be an awkward time to inform you that your father has pardoned you. You are no longer banished.
God damn it!
Figured he would have told you.
He probably did. It's been a stressful day, sir.
Yes, he probably didn't want to burden you with anything else.
I look at oh man, Sonny, think you can carry me, buddy?
Hey.
Sonny looks at you and he goes, "Not quickly."
That's fine. I don't.
We'll be flying in the air
guys.
slow, holding that thing. It's not going to be a good look.
It's invisible.
Right, just keep it hidden.
Okay.
The
This
dragon,
feels
like tries to it slips out of your hand for a little bit, but like it's running, it's up on your shoulder, and you feel it. He's like running around on your back.
Oh God.
Before you're able to grab him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, little guy, stay on my shoulder.
You're just reliving the days when your cats were kittens.
Tempest just kind of looks at the group.
I'm
You have approximately 1 hour. Good luck.
I'm going to need an explanation.
You see, Sent, you coming in here and you demanding stuff. That seems. Listen, you're my buddy from back in the day.
I fought a war to protect this planet from those creatures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My creator sacrificed his existence to protect this planet from those creatures because they were too strong to fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear you. we don't know what this is. Have you ever seen this kind of thing before?
I know what it's a dragon, but it's not a normal one.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me hate it more.
That's feels kind of.
Who's to know, like,
Sorry,
some kind of
gentlemen, if I may, not to be Debbie Downer over here, but we are still at Melonbery's grave. And maybe let's put the dirt on the body and then go have this conversation elsewhere.
Yes. Sorry, Scratch. This is a lot. We need. Yes, let's finish this situation first.
It'd be good to get Spyro inside too.
That's not. I didn't pick that name yet.
But it rhymes with Nairo. Anyway, let's
Pretty cool.
If we could please just finish burying Melonbery.
Yes.
And get in the carriage where no one can see us, and we'll deal with it then. Is that okay with everybody?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Tempus looks panicked, but he's gonna stand near the back and just try and keep things quiet.
Thank you.
It's very hard to keep him quiet. He's definitely chirping and cooing a lot, but you're able to like cover for it.
I like balk a little bit. Just chirp.
It's like a quill.
I am mean mugging this little baby dragon.
It's invisible.
Invisible.
Don't. I know.
Mean mugging me.
So like it would have. I guess I should have mentioned this. Knowing this, Sent, you would definitely still feel this way, but it would have been you would have been informed on like where you are and what the history of this place is, and you know that the people here generally worship these things. Some people here worship them, but everyone here is a descendant of people who fought alongside them at the very least.
You on the wrong side, boy.
Jesus.
Back in my day.
Somebody help Scratch. Let's bury this.
Can we please finish anyone?
Yeah. You guys can say you're doing that as this is all going on.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, just because Tempest was like going out to the carriage doesn't mean you guys had to stop like burying and everything. Like you guys can continue on with that if you'd like.
Okay, how long does this take us?
It takes honestly as long as you want it to take. But after a couple of minutes go by, we'll say 10-15. Cornelius at this point is gone, and one of his attendants walks up and says, "The election starts in about an hour's time. If we would like to arrive on time, so that we are present for the ceremony. It doesn't take very long, just some words from the outgoing and then the incoming, and then we all leave. But it is required, so whenever you are ready, we're ready to take you." And he'll kind of just like sheepishly like walk back towards the carriages. And whenever you guys are done, you can join them and head over towards what you would assume is the council district. Those of you from here know that the council district is where they hold these the election ceremony.
I don't want to be here. I have a bad feeling about these guys. I feel like we're gonna get framed.
Framed for what?
Well, I'm carrying a dragon around, and there's a lot of dead people from last night.
I don't know nothing.
Yup, I agree. Anyways, Tempest will go like sit in the cart in preparation.
Mark helps shovel dirt onto Melonbery.
Yeah, once we're done with that, I'm ready to go whenever we're done here.
Yeah, once you guys are done and starting towards the cart, Tempest looks visibly... What's the good word for it? I guess shocked is the closest, but he's like, you know, he's got the restless leg syndrome going on.
I ride in a different cart.
Yeah, the cart's kind of like open, expecting you guys to hop in the same ones you were in before, and you were separated from the rest of them originally sent.
Nice.
Went from best friends to mortal enemies in 0.2 seconds there, then.
All right, yeah. So about 45 minutes into this, like probably right before you arrive, the dragon poofs back into visibility in your cart as invisibility expires after an hour.
Hey, little guy.
Yeah, I could do that again.
I'm real nervous about bringing him to the...
You can also have, between now and the start, mechanically taken a short rest, all of you, if you need to.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate that, DM.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we don't have a better solution, we can have an invisible newborn baby dragon hanging around us at an election. I mean, newborn
Iconic.
baby daffodil.
Yeah. I need to get a hold of my dad.
Do daffodils breathe?
You would know for sure, Tempus, that your dad is probably not available right now, as the election is about to happen.
We should be there because I don't want him getting hurt, but I can't bring a fucking goddamn dragon to the fucking election of a council member of one of the largest cities in Aerodwell.
It's like outside, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. The area where you guys were kind of hanging out the other day, where you first
might
found
have
Raigulous,
to
is where it's held.
split up.
Right. So is my solution the one solution, that do we have something better?
Look, how about some of us stay with Tempest, with the dragon, and the rest of us go...
You guys are
prevent...
currently split up. Since you guys are talking, we'll say Tempest, Scratch, and Mark, you guys are in one carriage, but Epek, Bayard, and Sunny are in another. And then Scent is in another.
Keep it to a minimum. Keep it to a minimum. I only need one with me. I would rather more go to the election just in case my dad needs help.
Well, we all have to go to the
You're all going to the election.
Obligatory.
Well, one of us someone can stay in the carriage, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna suck.
You can be in the carriage. Is that something?
I feel like I could just walk out. What are they gonna do to me?
Well, you really flip the switch, okay?
Tempest, again, being from here, you know that it is like very much against the law to not be there. If you left, they would arrest you. That's exactly what would happen.
How's this? You make a leash for the little guy, or like a baby Bjorn harness, right? I'll make him invisible, and you just suffer through the claw marks.
I look at the little tiny dragon and I say, "You want to go on a harness, little guy?"
He kind of just chirps to you. He doesn't have any recognition of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he looks happy.
I would prefer a harness. I don't want to put a leash on a mighty dragon.
I could probably fashion up a harness.
Can you? Can it go like underneath my robe?
Not in his carriage.
Beans out the window of the carriage. Hey, Epek, can you make an harness?
The carriage is closed. Epek can't hear you.
Fuck.
He's got his custard apple pods in. He can't hear you.
Apple pods.
Somebody stop the carriage! Stop the carriage!
Do you actually say that? Because they will stop the carriage.
Yeah, damn right I am.
All right, they stop the carriage.
And once it stops,
yes.
Once it stops, I'm
what
going
do
to
you
the carriage.
So So by the way, I mean I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here.
Can the
This
carriage
dude, when
driver look back?
He's
and
gonna
see it?
if you stop the carriage, he's certainly gonna look back and ask you what's going on, and the dragon is out. Just want you to know that.
Is there like a privacy divider?
Not quite.
Like in a limo?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Okay, if
See-
the guy could plausibly just look back and see the dragon, I've made the dragon invisible again
This is
by
like
now.
the equivalent. This isn't like a fancy limo service. This would be the equivalent of just like a city taxi.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
And you,
I mean,
and you
you're
said
get-
you're doing what, Mark? I apologize.
You'll have to strap in the daffodil
Ooh.
as is, I guess. But yeah, if the dude can just if there's no like if there's nothing stopping from the driver from just looking back and seeing dragon, then as soon as the dragon became invisible, Mark would have recast.
Yeah. So the dragon is invisible once more, and the man will turn around to you. Is everything okay?
Yes, I have to ask my friend in the other cart for something real
Oh.
quick. 2 seconds.
Well, they haven't stopped, and they're still going. What do you mean? We have to
Well, tell
follow
them.
them.
Hey!
They're getting further away because you told them to stop.
God damn it. How is this hard? I'm getting out of the cart and I'm sprinting towards the other cart.
Yeah, you move slower than animals do, so you were making less ground, and now the cart starts to pull up behind you. Do you want to just get back in?
You know what, guys? I don't care anymore. We're just going. This is going to be the plan. Let's go. I'm done. This turned into a whole thing. I just wanted to stop the cart.
If you want to make these plans, you got to do them before you're split up. Or have a myconid in your group that allows you to speak telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, that's a luxury that I guess we got used to, huh?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's so much of a luxury. We have 2 stacks of it in our other party.
Who else could do it?
Let's
We have
send it.
Gonfo and we have Floki.
Oh, Flo can do it
Oh, yeah.
individual, yeah. Oh yeah, so you guys all continue. You continue on until you're at the election, or at the council district at the election ceremony. There's like a little spot where all the characters are pulling over and people are being escorted out. The whole area is like freaking wall to wall, in the air, on the ground, on buildings. There are Carradine guard everywhere, just friggin' like all over the place. And everyone is everyone's kind of like a buzz. Everyone's very excited. Some people are a little bit distressed. There are people arguing about who it's gonna be, this, that, and the other. And you see, there's kind of been like a stage that's been erected out from one of the staircases. So it's flush with the staircase, but it's above like the ground level that you're at. And on the stage there are each of the 9 members of the council. Sat in the center is the exiting member, which is customary. And flanking each of the council members is their patron and their ward. Those of you from Carradine would know this. Those of you not can make a history check to know this. With a 10 or above, you would know that. And if you don't roll, you don't know if you're not from here. That each council member is assigned a patron and a ward. Not assigned; they choose their own patron and award before being elected. The patron is someone from the city who usually is a member of higher standing, and is someone who does what a patron sounds like they do. They look after and they advocate for this council member. And a ward is someone just like kind of the opposite, someone they've taken under their wing. The wards usually are seen as being more likely to become councilmen or councilwomen later on, as they get to see firsthand like the ins and outs of the daily work of a councilor as they've been a ward to one. So they are all are flanked on either side by their patron, and on the other side their ward. There is another person up on the stage that is seemingly just the speaker, someone who will just address the audience and make announcements. They are a large Batman, a large bat guy. And yeah, you guys are all escorted out of your carriages into seats that are just open, like the nearest open seats. Nobody notices your invisible pal or at least no one does anything about it at the very least. And you guys are ushered to your seats. It's not very long before there's like a orchestral introduction, and there's about maybe like 5 to 10 minutes of just people droning on about the duties of Carradine and why the council was founded, and it's basically just a boring history. It's something that is said and repeated word for word every single year, and the crowd kind of like talks over and murmurs to themselves around this point, until the exiting member of the council rises and addresses the crowd. This year's exiting member is a very, very, very like decrepitly old elf man, who is said to be maybe even a millennia old himself. He represents the region of Solaritan, and the region of Solaritan is still represented by other council members. So, since all the regions are represented, this new council member can be from any region. The only requirement is that there is one from every region on the council at all times. So there's like a special buzz amongst the crowd because no one knows who it could be. It could be someone from any of the regions. It could be someone in the crowd right now. It could be anyone. There are a lot of people who seem to be like supporting certain people who are running. They have signs. They have attire. The predominant name, there are good sections of both, but there's one very clear majority, and that is people supporting Cornelius Alatar. A lot of people have their Alatar apparel, their Alatar Industries gear. The people of this city, at least, seem to really be pulling for Cornelius Alatar. So by the time that the exiting council person is done speaking, the other person comes up, the Batman, and he addresses the crowd. And at this point, for the first time, the crowd goes not entirely silent. There's still there's a light hum over the crowd, but you can feel the anticipation. And this is the moment that every year people wait for. This doesn't usually change much in their lives, but this has just become somewhat of a tradition for everyone to come out, even though it's the law, and celebrate this. And a lot of people place bets on who they think is going to be, so there's a lot of excitement in the crowd. And after giving a few more words, thanking and sending off the previous council member, he turns to the crowd and says, "And without further ado, I present to you your new council member, the council-elect for the year 1019, from the region of Solaritan, accompanied by his patron, Raigulous Bolt, and his ward, Alphonse Oakenhall, Rodor Ordinite." And you guys see a face you haven't seen in a very long time. A face you thought you would never see again. Bayard, Tempus, this is Rodar. He worked in your mining crew, and he died in the mines in Last Reach protecting Melonbery. Or,
what the fuck?
so you thought. But that's not all. As you all see the crystalline mineral body of Rodor take the stage, Bayard, his ward, has the face of the boy in your locket. And he has 2 of the rings, and he wears on each of his arms 1 ring that match the ones you wear. And that is where we'll call tonight's session.
Oh
What? Solid twists. Well done.
Yeah.
Twisty.
So if you guys are to believe what you've been told, Rodar is Regulus's boss, the one you've been looking to find, and he played Gourdseed with y'all back in Last Reach that one time.
I'm sweating.
Back in session 0, actually. I
He
introduced
was
him
crazy powerful.
in session 0.
He did some crazy shit in that session, if I remember too. Like
Yeah.
he's some crazy magic.
Yeah, that is where we will call tonight's session. It was lovely having you back, Dustin. It's been I can't believe this is our 1 year session. Like it's truly been a phenomenal year. And I think, you know, not that this is ever going to be anything more than this campaign, but this kind of feels like a wrap on season 1 of this campaign show, this campaign series. As we enter our 2nd year and 2nd season, it feels like everything has changed.
So we level up.
The group has a name. It has a new member. It has a new pet. It has an identified and new enemy.
For now.
And now we will call it there. Remember, go stream Aerodwell on Spotify and Apple Music. And we will catch you in 2 weeks to figure out what happens next at this pivotal junction in our adventure story. So it's been another beautiful hump day, and I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. Much love, you guys. Thank you very much.
Bye.